Training. Zero Suit Samus. Little Mac. Training. Bayonetta.
try me. get up to my eyebrows. I got 14 credit cards, I'll never pay them all. Now, cars, statues, condo fees, moving across the country. I did nothing wrong, and cat that bitch agrees with me. Finances, a bucket mess, lying to the IRS. Those niggers can suck my balls. DSP, don't pay no debt. Funded forms, asset suppression. Trying to get chapter 7. If I get done from perjury, I'll blame it on that asshole. Kevin, financial prudence fucking lame. Tips go straight to gotcha games. I spent it up, that's why I got 500 grand to my name. But I'm still living like I'm rich. I'll take your cheers, subs, and tips. And if you drive a Subaru, I'll straight up fucking take your ditch. He's at the courthouse, get up to my eyebrows. I got 14 credit cards, I'll never pay them all. Now, cars, statues, condo fees, moving across the country. I did nothing wrong, and cat that bitch agrees with me.
My name is Richard.
I am Darkside Phil. Oh my god.
I really need to make this fucking money.
I need that money. I really do. I need that money. I'm done. Why am I poisoned? What? Why am I toxic?
Got this fucking lonely.
Why am I toxic?
Got this fucking lonely.
Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a loser. Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a loser.
I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Why are you doing this to me? I just can't do it. Real talk, why? Ban anybody who says they have Apple Art. Ban anybody who says they have Apple Art. We made $1 and lost 1 subscriber. So you guys earn 3 minutes of commercials. I don't spill my fingers. I touch my face. Did something that's a Twitch. Did something that's a Twitch. Got no bitch in my blood. 0 bitch in my blood. Honestly, straight live in people's faces. I don't spill my fingers, right?
That was my depression. I need that money. Pay my bills, electric bill, the internet bill. That was my depression. I need that money. Pay my bills, electric bill, the internet bill.
I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Like, why are you doing this to me? I just can't do it.
Why am I toxic?
Got this fucking lonely.
Why am I toxic?
Got this fucking lonely.
Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a loser. Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a loser. Big husband Richard.
Nigdy nie że nikt nie będę. Dopiero gdy nikt nie byłem. Dopiero gdy nikt nie byłem. Dopiero gdy nikt nie byłem. 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 Byłem.
Yeah, I'd say go to Triton's stream. Nobody needs to be here for this. For anybody that doesn't know, DSP did an interview recently, yesterday, with the Side Scrollers podcast. And after the interview, of course the detractors are going to make clips, be able to dissect it and such. And that was DA and I's plan for tomorrow. We were going to watch the Side Scrollers podcast because DA was at work. He couldn't hear it. I work from home, so it doesn't really matter to me. And at the end, he was just like, you know, I'd rather. I was talking about doing it because reasons we both watch it, we both dissect it, and we come in with a different perspective than just like live reacting to it. He was like, I kind of just want to watch it and react to it. So we decided to do that. But today they came out with a new episode, and that new episode was all about taking chats and tips and messages from the chat and just reading them off and then responding to them and that type of thing. And they were just calling out Phil more and more and more and more. And I guess his fan base were like, you know, Phil, they're kind of shit talking you a little bit. So here we are. Triton, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, don't ever. It's permission. I don't. Again, y'all do not need to be here. This is not a joke from us. Y'all truly do not need to be here when we do these types of things. Stop coming to these is not a fun little thing. It's stop coming to these. Looks like Phil is finally up. Thank you, Soul, for re-upping your bum membership. Continue to be a bum. Yep. Oh, nobody wants to hear this crap. BG told me not allowed to eat for the next 2 days. That's funny because I just got off of a 2-week fast. So that would actually, I could tell him because you can't do it. I mean, it's not hard. We need to be here. It's Phil week. It is not Phil week. You stop that. Where's the shove off emoji? Ooh, I like the shove off emoji. We need to figure out what to do with that. Maybe DA and I pushing it. I mean, it could even be the emotes we have down there for it. Also, DSP has fans, like really fans still. I've got the other
videos in the community frowned and said, "Well, hereby sub you, Dritz the drag down."
I've got the other one over here, and you can see there are definitely people that are just like, "Yo, Phil, you're gonna do this." And yeah, congrats to Dutch for getting the jackpot of 43K. Jesus Christ! Thanks for the super chat, Soul. Yeah, DA's not here yet. I honestly think he might have fallen asleep, which I wouldn't blame him. I don't know if he really wants to be here for this, because I asked him earlier if we were doing it. He was just like, maybe, maybe not. So I was like, I'll do it myself. I have no problem with that. And then he wanted to come in, and he did text it recently, so I don't know. Maybe he's just donezo. Like, screw it. How y'all getting mad at Dutch because he's playing the jackpot game y'all play? It's like going to a casino and being mad that somebody else won at the slot machine. I'm sorry you spent all your money, but it's the luck of the draw. Not fans just log off. No, Phil has legitimate fans. Don't ever get it twisted. There are people that defend him day and night on Reddit, on his dead forums, through his Discord, through other people's Discords. There are people that have their own YouTube channels that will do videos and just be like, just because I donated to Phil, you know, if he spent whatever he's spending his money on, he can do that.
Alfonso Rodriguez says, is Phil going to react to the aftermath of the live stream?
Yes, that's what he's doing right now. That's what this whole video thing is. It's the after video, DSP Reacts. You said you won a jackpot of 43K when he won a jackpot of 19K. It's not. Yeah, that's my fault. He has a total of 43K. I'm sorry, I can't read. You know what? Let's just try to gamble a bunch away from me, and if I lose,
Chris
that's
the
an
Chill
extra
says,
in there.
Phil fans got Stockholm Syndrome.
It's legitimate. Now, I think it's more like kind of like attachment, a parasocial type of thing, where they see themselves in Phil. And it's funny because Phil has always said, you know, I'm not your friend. We're not close friends. You know, we have this thing here on the stream, but I'm not your friend. But then on the podcast, he's like, no, these are my friends. It's not a scam. It's the luck of the draw. Like, what do you want me to do? I was just adding more to the jackpot to help y'all out. Oh, there it is. Oh, nope. He's still on this. Actually, let me lock this screen so it doesn't move while I'm doing stuff. Y'all, his fan songs are just nobody cares. You think a part 2 is happening? Don, thank you for the super chat. At this part, no. Absolutely not. He will never, ever do another interview. I don't mean he won't do another interview with side scrollers. I don't mean he won't do another interview over text. I mean he will never do another one.
Frowned and said, well, hereby the you Dritz the drag down.
I think the word is sunk cost fallacy. It could be that they've invested so much money in Phil, it's just like, I gotta keep going. But there's people that have done that, like Rob on Wheels, who are just like, no more with Phil. And he invested, I think, like
Ooh, women.
2K.
Women's, I gotta get out of here.
Oh yeah, I forgot about there's new ones just for Phil.
This guy's a fucking piece of shit. A living piece of shit.
Thanks for the super chat, so.
It's been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade. It has.
Y'all are just gonna keep going. There's no snort 1 and snort 2 because one of them has a built-in snort. So it just made it easier to clear up some space. No, you don't need. Well, tomorrow might be a solo stream because I don't know if DA is gonna be up for playing games. So tomorrow might be. Oh my god. Y'all want to talk about us not being on time? This is your job, Phil. You're already in your chat. Why haven't you started? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What if Phil is just really good at acting and pretending to have no self-awareness? He's some kind of government psyop to launder money illegally. I couldn't believe it.
The situation. I did nothing wrong. Okay.
Yeah, no, I legitimately couldn't believe that. I refuse to believe that that's the case. So no. Phil is simply not smart enough. It's not one of those I'm smarter than the room types of thing. He's simply not smart enough. We canceled the other one. We didn't cancel it. We're moving it. Because we might still do it tomorrow if DA isn't here tonight. Because definitely DA wasn't going to be up for it. Because he sleeps at an appropriate time. He goes to bed at 9, 10 every night. Wakes up at 5, 6 in the morning. He goes to bed at an appropriate time. I am not one of those people. I prefer the night, so I'll be up until 5, 6, 7 a.m. And I can just set an alarm and wake up for 1 a.m. I mean a 1 p.m., 2 p.m. stream. I have no problem with that. So, you know, if we're doing this field thing, no.
I'm a little baby.
You went to sleep?
No. I heard you talking about staying up in the night. And I'm like,
Yeah, no, you are. Talk about the game you're testing so you could break NDA and get sued. No, thank you. They take it. They take that uber seriously. Ew, DA, the filthy fucking daywalker.
Wrong headphones.
Yeah. DA's late, but that's got nothing to do with me.
I was eating.
He was eating. We need sustenance. Why would you eat before coming in here when you know you go to sleep at a time like this? That's just gonna give you the itis.
Fuels me.
Okay.
Instead of just like, oh, I'm hungry and I'm tired. It's like,
you should have
oh,
just had
this
some
is
coffee.
caffeine.
Yeah, caffeine is gonna bring you
Number
up
one.
more than the food.
No.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Once we get, oh, he's here already. Oh my goodness.
It's not already. He's late.
No, the stream starts at 9:45, but okay, yeah, he just does music like somebody else.
No. I do music before our stream time of start. Like we start at
Phil
3.
does that too.
No. He said he's starting at 9:45.
No, he said the stream is coming on at 9:45.
Nah, that's bush.
That's what it always is.
He sucks.
It's always been like that.
He sucks.
Since he just started, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, this is something new.
I don't watch Raw Phil.
Okay, so
I roll out of bed.
Don't sit there and be like, oh, he said that this is what, and we're gonna. No, he's been.
Why
doing
would
this
you
forever.
start your stream when you say you're starting your stream? Because when we start the stream is when our stream starts. If we say 3, I can start the music at 2:20.
There's a
That
difference.
evidence of what you're saying.
Evidence, yeah. All of them are Phil today. There's no, oh, hell no. There's nothing else but Phil in those.
Oh, hell no.
Except, you know, when we get super chats and stuff. Break a game test, NDA. There are easier ways to die. Thank you for the super chat, Soul. Zero should also be a jackpot. I feel like if I could, I would manipulate it so that could be a. If you get a 0, you lose points. But I can't, so. We got female emotions in it. We got scams. We got Moon Isaac Juniors. Can you look up the memes after this? In the pre-stream, I played a bunch of the memes, actually. What am I doing? I'm still over here.
Oh, look at you. It's so late. You're falling apart.
I mean,
You're
it's the
sleepy.
same
You're a
thing.
sleepy baby.
Yeah, in the pre-stream, I played. That's why I asked y'all what were the memes, because I could have sworn we had it instead of the det pics. I just did memes that the Discord have done.
So Phil just posted a tweet. WWE 2K23 just gave out a bunch of just free codes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're probably all.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
Them boys are gone, but that's nice of them. So this is it. After my appearance on the Side Scrolls yesterday, today they've apparently, in all caps, dumped on me. But it goes further than that too. Join me tonight as I end this internet drama for effing good. What internet drama, Phil?
Oh, yeah. I got both chats up. So on the left-hand side, you got Phil. On the right-hand side, you got us.
And then he's trying to get Review Tech on his...
You want to come? Because Review Tech is going to do that high membership bush. He might drop a member bomb.
But what does Review Tech, number one, have to do with this Side Strollers thing? And number two, what has Phil got to talk to him about, even if it wasn't the Side Scroll thing? Is this like, oh, I've started seeing the errors of my ways. I am a complete total piece of... So now I gotta start making amends?
No! You know that's not the one. Someone explain what happened. Phil did a interview with the group called Side Scrollers Podcast, and he got eviscerated. They did a follow-up today, just kind of decompressing, just kind of talking further about things, taking super chats from detractors, and Phil is mad about it, so he's about to react to it.
Cause get it? It's like a nudge to the comics. It's so good.
I knew he'd eventually talk shit about them after the interview, but I didn't think it would be so soon.
Dude, I don't know what it's gonna be pure, it's gonna be victims. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be, oh man, they betrayed me. I like those guys. What happened? Yeah. Or
they fell into the detractor hole.
Or it's gonna be that in Moist Critical Cuck where he just goes, you know what? They're right. I took a step back, and they're right about the things that they said. I should have.
But you weren't fit. You weren't in that same energy after the stream.
It was a different person.
Dude.
It was like he was up for 23 hours on the podcast, and then he got 50 hours of sleep, and he was up. He was talking all mash to King.
He was talking hot.
It's
to his face.
disgusting.
He wasn't saying nothing. He said a couple things like, I don't watch your crap, that type of thing.
But
there we go.
He was rolling over and showing his belly.
I had to switch everything over for DSP Reacts a little early, which sucks. And I gotta switch it back tomorrow for the podcast. Then I gotta switch it back again.
I hate that. DSP
he sounds so tired.
Great. All right. Anyway, what's up, guys? You ready for this? Unplanned stream yet again. I've had enough of this. This is my final unplanned stream. We're going
Chris the
tomorrow.
Chilled
We're back
says,
to tomorrow.
Y'all heard about
This is
Moist
all
v
done,
Sneeko
dude.
beef? Guns are legit drawing out here.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Starting tomorrow. 1,000,000%. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna.
Whether or not the internet wants
C
to know,
says,
it's done.
This is going to be a legendary week in the DSP lore 5-hour destruction and a cope stream.
Moving on.
It already has.
100%.
We go back to normal stuff. Okay?
Is he already beating his chest?
That simple.
This so refreshing.
I'm giving us
Configuration
TTS
updated
cooldown for a
successfully.
little bit.
Million opinions. I know you guys are all over the place. But by the way, this stream is not even what you think it is. It is and isn't, because let me show you. Here we go. Oh, well, that's Okay, well that's me on the couch with Jasper, but that's
How
not
is he
what I
so
wanted to show you. Hold
inept?
on. So I've got this set up to go. All right, I do. I've got this set up to go. All right, but based on how tonight goes, we might not even have to do this. I'm serious. We might not even have to go this far. We might actually not get to that level. All right, we might not even have to watch the show.
What are you
We'll see.
talking
All
about?
right, I got it set up and ready to go, but that might not even be what this is. We'll have to find out.
Is that cuck?
Yep,
We
he's
will.
already
You guys can say, too,
seen
this is-
sowing
you
the
guys know my
seed.
stuff's interactive, and I'm sure everyone's gonna have opinions. Everyone's gonna be throwing, you know, their take and questions and everything, and I'm down for that. I am.
How are you, Phil?
What's up, Jade? How you doing? Good to see you tonight. Bloom Kit, don't worry about it. Again, we're getting ahead of ourselves here, are we not? There's a reason I'm doing this stream tonight, and it wasn't supposed to be.
Hey, why don't you
you know,
just get into it
That's
instead of
for sure. I was supposed to be
this
playing
preamble
Because
bullshit?
super chats are coming in, tips are coming in.
Like a Dragonesian. I don't know how I get the two confused. They're completely different. But thank you, Bloom Kid, for the super chat. But no, we're not supposed to be doing this tonight. But we're doing it, and this is the end of it for me. This is really, it's time to.
Curry
Ain't gonna be no part 2.
Oh no, yeah, no,
We'll
dead.
see. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up.
Curry, if we don't look at him tonight, we'll look at him for the next DSP stream.
It's a
Resident
corpse.
Evil 4 on Friday. We got a special react event next weekend. We got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, no.
It's positive
Part 2
stuff.
is
Talking
dead,
about my
y'all.
own content in my own zone and not having to put up with internet drama shit. That's for sure. Can I hurry up because you need to fart, Wonder McThunder? I give you permission to release. You can release the cheeks. Let's see. Everyone's sports coverage is super chats is already pissed. Oh, well, look, there's a difference between you're pissed or you're just sadly disappointed because it was exactly what you thought it was. This is a little different between the two. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody betray me. I'm
There's a
fed
big
up with
difference.
this
Like, if
world.
I've been pissed, I probably have grounds to be ripping pissed, but I'm at to the point.
What would you be pissed about? They were so cordial.
Is that
They,
too long?
dude,
No.
there is no reason to be
I
pissed.
wonder if that's gonna make the bar too long. Let's see here. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk about
No!
it. We're gonna talk about it tonight. Don't worry. What's up, Joe, man? He re-upped his membership. He said the week has been crazy. It has? Not really. This is only 2 days, and after this, like I said, enough of this shit. Back to normalcy, correct?
Pause.
Oh, no.
It's not gonna be normal.
No.
People are gonna be talking about this even in Phil's chat for so long.
Yeah, no. Unless they get Gestapo'd out of there, like timed out every time they try to.
John, you're going to understand what I mean. He says, how can you say anything without watching the video? Don't you want context? Because I really don't have to. I actually don't have to. I'll explain. Don't worry.
I ain't gotta watch what they said about me.
Originally, first of all, this was supposed to be a gameplay stream on DSP Gaming. Then it became a react stream to that video. And now it might not even be a react stream.
His hair is looking horrible.
Phil
Anime Slayer
continues
did
to
a super chat says,
disappoint.
Evangelion is goated. Well, good.
Yeah, I don't care
I've
about this.
heard a lot of people like it.
I don't care.
The David Lynch version of anime.
I don't care.
Caught up.
Not enough buffer.
I give you permission to release.
Okay.
Bro, are you?
This dude.
What was he doing in the pre-stream?
This is a
Because
joke.
that's when I start doing this stuff.
What's up, Hideo? Good evening. I'm just letting everyone see, before we start, I'm just letting everyone file in.
That's what the pre-stream music is supposed to be for. Are you saying? Are you complaining about his double pre-stream? I don't know.
You got a good look at this audience tonight. Thank you, the marvelous audience here tonight.
Nah, it's not marvelous, Phil. You know what it's for.
How are y'all doing? Hope you're ready for some, well, I would say fun, but not really fun because this is not fun for me. It's not. Like I said, appearing on Side Scrollers yesterday was not going to be fun for me. It was something that I felt was necessary, and this is definitely necessary.
Yeah, this is
based
how you
on
don't
their
pre-stream.
actions today, basically. But I'm going to be as civil as possible, and I'm going to actually reveal some stuff here you guys are not aware of. All right, and
Phil.
and basically that's that. That's where I'm going to leave it forever.
Live the life of the
You'll
cup.
see what I mean by that. Okay, we're going to have some interesting developments tonight. And,
Phil.
basically,
This is a sympathy stream.
100%.
He's gonna cry.
He's gonna cry. He's gonna reveal emails about them going, "Thank you so much for being on the podcast," and he's gonna be like, "They said this to me, but then they did this." Dude, this is mad sympathy.
You're gonna be very.
No, he wasn't like this. He would
This
get
whole
straight to
situation
game.
has been,
You'd probably get like 2-3 minutes. He'd be in the game.
Man, it's hard to explain without spoiling. I can't tell you.
Just
what we have to
say it. What are you
I don't
doing?
DA,
The stream can be rewinded, can be fast
Let me put it this way.
forwarded.
The
Just
best
get
way I
into
can
it,
put is this.
and the people will
Everything
come.
has gone according to plan. That's all I
Oh,
have to say.
Keikaku! No.
If he had
did this man just Keikaku us?
he didn't just Keikaku, right?
Everything is going according to Phil's plans. His machinations were laid out so finely that they fell into his trap. I knew this was going to happen word for word. I mailed myself this letter in 3 weeks ago. Check this out. Ripped it open and it's line by line what happened. This man is a genius. Well, I'm done. I'm going to sleep.
The way I can put it is this: everything has gone according to plan. That's all I have to say. That's what I will say. Now wait a few more minutes for a few more people to join, and then we'll get started. Okay?
Disgust.
That's all I have to say.
You didn't lay
Look
a
at that
trap.
smug in face.
You didn't lay a trap, Phil. What are you talking about?
Okay? That's all I have to say.
Look
If
at
you want to
that.
support the stream tonight, by all means, thank you. Anything is appreciated, whether it be a super chat, a membership, a tip. Everything is appreciated here. I forgot to open up my tips thing. Oops. There we go. This is a normal stream by all means, meaning I'm going to interact with you guys. If you contribute in every way, I'm going to give you a shout out or whatever.
I can't believe
But when
we've
you
all
see exactly
been
what this
Keikaku.
is, you're going to figure this out.
He really is Keikaku with us.
For the show, right? DSP versus the internet sounds good to me. Do you think this will be my highest attended stream on DSP Reacts? What do anyone have running odds? How many people did I have on my first?
This is
stream?
irrelevant.
When I first
Shut
announced
up,
the surprise
Phil.
Stream that I did like a month ago. How many
You
people
talk
did I
about
have on
Keem and drama
I can tell
numbers,
you
and you're doing the
after
same thing. You're
the
drama
stream,
farming.
Didn't they? Weren't they talking? Oh, you didn't see it, but they were talking about analytics during it.
Tomorrow, I should know. That this is the highest viewed stream I'll ever have here. Yeah, the gamer, I would love to get an email from you. Go ahead and do that. Andy Jocelyn, thank you for the super
Retcon
chat.
in the
All the
interview.
By Rich Tier stream. Yeah, basically yesterday's stream, if anything like really good came out of that stream, I will admit that Craig gave me a couple suggestions. Well, one of the suggestions that he said, well, again, I don't want to spoil. Talk about. Hold on one sec. I keep getting ahead of
Then
myself.
shut
I'm
up.
getting ahead of myself. I'm going to spoil what we're about to talk about.
What are you doing on camera? He got to go get the paper.
I would like to have Rich on one of my streams. I don't know if it would be like an actual he calls in.
This
you
is
know what I mean? Like an
this
actual
review
camera
tech
to have a
bull is
conversation one
disgusting.
night.
Yes.
I think I'd be
Yeah,
okay with
After
that.
all this
Yeah.
that he talked
He's a
about him.
disgusting piece of man.
Each other. One night is a random stream.
Darkslayer Don 213 says,
But I think that
Did
would be
he
fun.
already watch
But
the
we'll
video?
Talk about that.
I
He
feel like
might
he
not.
watched. I feel like he watched parts
Oh,
of it.
probably, definitely.
Whoa,
makes
hold
no
on a
sense.
second
What
here.
else is it?
Andy, did I get you on the leaderboard? I didn't. So Andy did that super chat.
This-
And Kara got Anthony, Electric Connor.
Just
That needs to be
get
thumbs up by the
into
day that I
it.
launched this channel a month ago, and they
Yes,
expired.
Review Tech USA.
But, with that, we're already back up to
Review
77,
Tech
height of
is
77.
he
So we're almost back up
loves
to the record,
DSP.
which is awesome. Andy, thank you for that super chat.
This
earlier.
dude is
I'll get you
so
on the
annoying.
leaderboard, Okay. Over 700 people in climbing. When should I start? Should I
And
keep waiting or should
climbing.
I start? It's like, do I start or do I
You
start?
do you
the
think they're gonna stick around for the
minutes?
entirety of what you're doing,
more
Phil?
people
Just
come
get
in these
into
things.
it.
Because again, I'm telling you right now, this is not actually React stream like it was supposed to be. It might still have React in it, but it's not actually what I thought it was going to be. Okay?
Unbelievable.
Shout out to the fan who, like 14 years ago... or was it
Unbelievable.
forever,
He's
who just did
in
that? Who did that?
a mug.
A mug.
My dashboard here yet. So I can't see.
I'm so mad.
No, it's not Enron.
A mug.
And what made you think Enron? The first thing you see when you see
Phil be
this
like,
is
I know you were
Enron.
calling me to tell me you were dying, but I was streaming. You should have emailed me.
It's an energy tank from Mega Man, dude. Oh my goodness.
Can't
The Duke
stand this
energy tank.
muff. And I'm so glad that all of them were
can't
just
believe
like,
you just
Phil, that's not how the internet
Enron
works.
muff.
That's not. They were all, and
I
Phil
think
had
Enron is the word-
nothing.
Oh, yeah, an E SHP makes you think of it all.
MF Curio
All of
says,
them business people.
Left side of the chat are bums. Phil really want them tips, and
Wow.
SHPW
Marco
is
says it was
female
me. I was
emotion.
really
Dude,
pleased
they
with
love
it
him.
all. How nice. How'd you afford the postage? What is the best character in Marvel vs. Capcom?
He
Marvel-
still
I'm-
has
when do we
zero
stop with
tips.
this? Tonight. I promise you, this is it. I might, like I said, I might do a random stream with like Rich. I actually would like.
Part
to
2 is
have a
dead.
Yeah,
nice,
part 2 is dead.
Chill conversation one night with Rich.
As a fan of
Just chill.
ViewTech USA, that's saddening to know. Oh yeah,
Civil
and
War.
it's not even that just he loves Phil. Phil puts him down at every given corner,
I think we're gonna go
calling him a whore and all this
whole
other
week,
stuff.
probably, all the way into next week. All right.
And ReviewTech was a super supporter, like $50 a month membership supporter.
There we go.
Thank you for the
Oh,
super
I
chat,
received
so.
$8 tip. Let's see here.
This is not worth the pre-stream,
No,
Phil.
you don't. He's asking, does he and Snowcrawl have a chance for a sleepover? I'm just gonna matter-of-factly answer. No, there's no chance of a sleepover, Chris. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
He should have made a joke and been like, let me ask my wife. Or my mom, I mean my wife.
No. No
What?
self-deprecating
People are saying
humor.
there's 100 likes on the stream already.
I am not bubble blowing, dude.
I think that we should, for the people
Hold
who
your
have not
likes
seen
until
the
we do
bubble
something. All right, celebratory bubble blow it is for you guys.
This
blow. I'm
happens
not
every time
watching
he
it.
hits
I'm not
100
watching it.
likes,
I
y'all.
hate it. I hate it so much.
And we haven't done anything yet. Here you go.
That's for 100 likes, y'all.
By the way, for the record, I actually invited Craig on the show tonight. Not to call in, but to actually like watch. So he might be watching.
I invite you to watch. What is this alien? I invited him on the show, not to be call in, but to watch me.
Biggest shit I've ever seen.
No.
The Scrub did a $2 tip after the interview. This will be the last time I ever tip you.
What is
Magnificent.
wrong with this
Excellent.
dude?
Very nice. Thank you, Discrub. I don't even know what you're talking about. I really have no idea what you're speaking of. But thank you for tipping me to tell me you're never.
Man,
going
can we
to
go
tip me. I
10
really
minutes
appreciate
into the
it.
future?
It
Shut up!
works out well, and you're,
All caught up.
It's kind of one-sided in my favor, I would say. I'm not so sure, you know. Here, I'm gonna put you up there. Top tipper of the night.
Yeah,
That's a
dude,
little bit of a one-sided.
The stream is
Hey,
on his
hey,
left.
hey.
The keyboard is on his right. He has to do a full turn.
Either. I don't know if he's actually watching tonight or not. I'm just saying.
He is,
I don't know if he's or not.
This is suboptimal layout.
But I wasn't preparing to do anything like this. If I would have done an interview. I
Dead.
can mess around. What it is there's this software that they use for side scrollers, and I dabbled a little bit with it myself, preparing for the Side
What's it
Scrollers
called?
podcast. So I kind of like it, and I'm thinking I might try to work with it and figure it out. So, no, I want to Review Tech. I want to have a conversation with, but he wasn't going to be like calling in tonight. I wanted to maybe just have him in the chat tonight to talk to him, but he said he can't make it because of his family, and I was like, that's totally
So
cool.
he was gonna talk to Phil in the chat, and Phil was gonna
In the
speak,
chat.
but he wasn't gonna allow him to call in.
Anal Yard. That is an interesting name.
He
It's
has
like
to
just
control the
N-A-I.
He's
narrative.
such a control freak.
N-L. Get it? Anal, but he separated it. I'm so stupid I didn't realize that's what he said.
Phil
Mac
is
with the super chat.
Eisen
I'm not gonna pay him
confirmed.
either. Thank you, Mac.
Big
for sending me a super
Keikaku
chat. You're not
energy.
paying me. I really appreciate that. Thank you so very much. That's a very nice
He
message.
touched the Champions app, and everything came flooding back.
I know you're joking. I actually think the scrub was serious, but you're joking. I get it.
25
Marcelo
minutes.
says, this the same dude that poured a cup of water into a cup of noodles, and now is when y'all find out he's an alien.
He didn't have a plan for noodles, but he manipulated 4 people in the whole situation.
I mean, at this rate, we're gonna hit 1,000 if I wait longer. I don't want to wait longer. I'd
This
like to
is-
get started, but we're almost at 1,000 now. We're at 8:15 and keeps going up. 8:29.
And climbing.
I waited
Say and climbing.
5 seconds and it increased by like 15 more.
He's gonna wait for it to fall to like 780 and just like, all right, it's clear people
All right,
just want me
we're
to
gonna
start.
get started. I'm gonna start recording, but the premise of the show is a little different than what I expected. Originally, I was gonna do gameplay tonight. Then, what am I doing? I'm still
There
getting
is
ahead
a
of myself. All right,
sound effect.
Basically, I have a lot to talk about because there's stuff you guys don't know that's happened behind the scenes that I want to talk about tonight.
Did he send a champion screenshot?
And you deserve
Then
to
it
know about
doesn't matter.
especially after that.
He can't
Yeah,
have.
no.
He can't have.
And what happened this morning, which I didn't had no idea about.
Why does bro sound like Ben Shapiro?
Completely not expecting anything, and basically got blindsided by my viewers spamming me with a bunch.
When
of
they
shit.
just
Start, Phil, instead of
Like, nah,
talking around this.
Maybe you guys are being harsh or whatever. But then my wife watched it. She was watching it, and then she told me exactly what happened. Oh, okay. Well, I haven't seen it yet. I personally have not seen it yet. But that's originally that's what this was going to be, and then something else happened. Yes, originally this was supposed to be me reacting. See, I got it set up.
This is
Here,
this is ridiculous. He's not
See, I got it
started.
set up
yet.
here. We're gonna my stream
He
tonight.
keeps talking
I
about
actually don't know
starting,
if
but
it's
he's
tonight.
such a numbers whore that he's just like, it's gonna get up to 1,000.
Pefe Kofefe. There would if I turn off Somebody Mode right now, there would be about 800 bots spamming the chat, so we're not doing that. Okay, I take it back. We have 600. How many subscribers do we have? 770. So we have like
Phil.
750 bots spamming the chat with probably racist.
I was mad that I was like a minute late.
Yes. You texted me beforehand, 3 minutes beforehand, just give me a second.
We got to destroy them. We don't have to destroy anyone. This is not
Darkslayer
a
Don
destroy,
213
destroying,
says,
okay?
so he can expose his wife's personal past, but can't show he plays a
Jake,
phone
you
game.
don't
This
need to have a
nigga is
membership
bizarre.
here. Absolutely not.
Bizarre!
Wherever you think you like it, you like it.
He
right?
just dropped that. Yeah, there's a restraining order, like it was nothing.
Super chat, or the latest super chatter. We're at 850 viewers, dude. We gotta
And
get
climbing.
started. All right, we're gonna get started. Let me just update the leaderboard. I swear we're gonna get started now. This is ridiculous.
Are you kidding me? Scam!
I'm not looking out, so I better just get the show on the road.
Why is he playing on Xbox? Because he captures through Xbox. His lemon computer can't handle streaming and watching a video.
Review on the Super Mario Brothers movie when it's available on demand. I would like to see it in theaters with my wife, but we've already talked about it, and we don't want to go when it's new because we think there'd be way too many people, and it would be a pain in the ass. When a movie is new and you get so many people crammed in there, you get people making noise and babies crying and shit,
And
Probably
babies
a couple
crying.
weeks
What is this?
into April.
He's read
I would
books
definitely
on
like to see
movie
it.
theaters. He's heard stories
It's
on it.
probably
This
the
man's
most-
he's not
definitely
gone
the
to
most
movie
interesting
theaters in
movie
some
theaters in a
10
while.
years.
Dave Baxter says wait until $50 in tips. Wait a minute. Oh, hold on. I forgot. We haven't
LTG.
hit $50 in tips yet, so I have to turn the camera off. When we hit $50
Literally
in tips, I'll
2
turn the
minutes
camera
ago,
on.
he said, "Let's get
That's
started."
what certain streamers. That's what the popular streamers do these
I
days. right?
can't believe this guy.
Okay.
The Scream 6 was very good.
Furious.
You can't believe,
All right.
Phil. Again,
Are we waiting
it's
now?
so
All right, we're ready.
unbelievable.
We're at
It's
879
unbelievable.
viewers. You guys are insane. All right, you ready? Because drama sells, and such bullshit.
Somebody in the chat just goes, that's an LTG reference.
Here we go.
Smiley face.
Hello, everyone. Phil here.
Thank
doing something that I didn't want to do,
goodness.
something that I didn't plan on doing whatsoever. All right, tonight is a stream that's
Shut up.
completely random. That
Shut
originally was supposed to be gameplay. All right.
Variant.
I
He's
just
an
wanna
old
get back
man.
to Normality.
He went to Instagram like, how do I make my 2 monitors 1 monitor?
Tonight, I basically am going to do something. I'm going to put an end to a lot of stuff tonight.
End
Once
it,
and for all,
Phil.
Because
Why is the right
basically,
side of his
I
hair
found
so
myself
much
in a situation
higher?
that, I'll be honest with you, I'm not surprised I'm in this situation, but at the very same time,
Victim.
I'm disappointed for
Victim.
sure. But let's just say that this was not a
Keikaku
shocker,
Dori.
nor is this something that has taken me by, oh my god, I can't believe it.
Yeah, Phil be like,
Nor
I'm gonna stop
was it not
doing
surprising
drama now. And now.
What was going on all along. But let us begin, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, today is Friday, March 17, 2023.
Why does he? I hate him.
Yesterday, I
so
appeared on a
much.
podcast called Side Scrollers. It was a 5-hour interview.
It
Like to call
legitimately feels like
interrogation.
last week.
I would
that
call it an
happened.
interview
Not
because
even
that's-
yesterday.
Dude, legitimately.
You know, that's what it basically was.
36
I'll
hours
give
ago.
you the quick backstory. I am a fan of an old website called Screwtack.com.
Why do we need a backstory when you've talked about this for some 3
It
weeks?
was a big thing, and they used to have a
You've
podcast
talked
on it.
about this.
Side
Jordan, it's
Scrollers.
really disgusting because he'll legitimately go, go out there and work.
Fans of those guys, I
Get
love
off your
them.
lazy butt.
Screwtack.com.
Can y'all please send me $5?
This was long before I was ever a YouTuber. Okay.
Did you make the thumbnail?
There were
Yes.
also
I
people-
f***ing
when
love
became a
it.
YouTuber,
It's
I
so
watched
great.
their
Yeah.
content where I was too busy making
So
my
somebody
own
else made the
content.
doubt
A
meme.
lot of people's content.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I saw the doubt me, but the
I-
feel in the
Yes,
background.
Yes, I did that.
Is so good.
And I was gonna put the revisited over it, but it blocked out the field, so I said, nope.
USA anyway.
Called 2013, excuse me,
Sorry, what was that about review tech? Also,
And
dropped a
so,
sub. Oh, thank you.
For guests, I reached out, said I'd like to be a guest, and now I'm a YouTuber. Here I am years
Uh,
later. Used to be a big
What the
fan
fuck
of
is
yours,
deals?
and now I'm a
The field
YouTuber.
deal?
Can I be a guest?
Review
And,
tech.
Craig was super nice, nothing but cordial. One of the nicest guys. Literally
It's hard to
I've
even
ever
say.
met.
It's
And
got to
at
come
that-
down to
At
jealousy.
that time, the internet was starting to turn against me with that whole "this is how you don't play" movie.
Yeah, and
to
he's
have somebody
changed
that's
what he
nice is
was and
rare.
all this stuff.
Okay.
You see
That
how
was
we
the
could just
last time
talk
that I
over
talked
this
to
and
Craig.
miss
2013.
Nathan?
All right. And
Oh, he's on
that could-
2013. All right, I can explain a little bit more. Review Tech asked Phil to be on his podcast, and Phil basically big upped him like, you know, email me. Don't do it through my Twitch as this how you conduct business. And Review Tech was like, this is Phil. This is why people don't like you.
Anyway,
Corey, go home. This is
so he
clearly
emailed me
not your
my email
wheelhouse.
Last month, middle or early February, I would say. And it tells me, I'm rebooting Side Scrollers, and your name came up as one of the earlier people that we'd like to have on the show as a guest. Would you like to be on the show? I took a look, and I was like, this would be interesting.
I can't
Now,
take
last
it.
year, in November, I had it up to here with the internet. The internet had completely been flooded with people who wanted to dump on me.
Have they?
Okay? Talking shit about me, constantly regurgitating the exact same memes that they've been regurgitating.
But
about me
you
for 5
said
years.
during that podcast,
Evidence
it
is
doesn't
this
matter
is
if I
not-
show you my Champions account because it won't
That's the
prove
whole
100%.
situation.
So why would you go on an interview and try to defend yourself?
Completely untrue or partially untrue, with the actual truth being so ridiculously not what they're
Oh yeah,
saying.
DSP's laugh is
that
horrible.
You get fed up. And
I was
after a
looking
while,
through
I just
sound
got
clips and I wanted to add a laugh, and they all just like, I don't want to hear people spamming this. I don't want to hear his laugh.
Right? Like, instead of admitting that I'm playing a certain mobile game, say, I just don't play it at all. Why? It doesn't affect my streams. Why would I even bring it up or whatever?
Cause you spend money on them. You said you spent money on.
And that's-
His wife is probably procreating with Tyrone while Phil is streaming this long stream when he didn't notice she sneak out.
Procreating with Tyrone. But that's that tactical lying bullshit that I hate. It was just like, yeah, I just don't do it, whatever. Phil, you just lied there. Yeah, I lied, but I had to lie to protect my family. It's like, but you lied. So what else are you lying about to protect your family? Everything can be taken into suspicion for that reason.
Because he didn't want an interview, he wanted a new ass. Cause he definitely wanted one of them quartering boys.
His videos that he felt like I was one of the biggest e-beggars and all of this, and it pissed me off. I don't want to be known like that. So I said I would
But you
change
are that.
my style, my content, and everything. I would try to do it less, right? And at that point, I said, if people want to
More
really talk shit about me,
really
why
got
would they
in his
interview?
head.
Yeah, cause it
Why
was a
won't
big
someone interview
YouTuber
me?
that barely
I want
knows him
someone
and
to
still
interview
sees him
me.
as
Just
this.
give me a fair shake to talk to me.
A pig,
Have
horse,
fair
and a cat
conversation,
equal
have least
family.
something to say about the story, right?
He's still stalling for money.
Originally, I was working with a couple big YouTubers on possibly doing this. It never came to fruition because what ended up happening was, essentially, what it was going to end up being was something bigger than that. Instead of just being an interview, it was going to be, here's the history of Darkside Phil on the internet, the highs and lows and everything. And after kind of
We
working
already
through
That's
that,
what an interview is.
We got with them down the rabbit hole.
for me. Especially now this year, I wanted to kind of, change some things up. And,
Why does he
essentially,
always have to talk
I
about
wanted
history?
to-
That was one of my favorite things, Paul, about the Side Scrollers podcast, where like 2 or 3 times they cut him off and just like,
With that 15 year-
just answer the question. We don't
Yeah.
care about. It was when he started talking about Keem. It was just like Keem offered you $50,000. All right, here's the thing about Keem. No. Just answer the question. Just this in prepared scroll that he was about to unfurl with the here's my history with Keem. This man got a history fetish. You look up helicopter. There's so many hits because he talks about it
Pig go.
constantly.
Yeah. He tells a story like a child, and then this happened, and then this happened.
continue to
So
change
many
and-
unneeded details.
and listen to my audience and do better content. I can't open a whole new channel called DSP Reacts and focus on React content and reviews and things if I'm embroiled in making a freaking documentary about myself. You understand? So I
Pause.
act-
What would you be doing in making the documentary other than supplying information every now and
That
again?
5-hour interview, that could have been the interview they needed for the documentary.
Yes.
And it would have been over.
But he has to make himself seem so important and busy and all that crap. Like Keem was talking about, it's like, oh, I gotta stop my life for you. It's like a 20-minute call for $50,000. You couldn't do that.
We're pausing because we're trying to let this buffer get up.
Yo,
actually
definitely.
turned down the offers that I got from multiple different people and said, I'm going to move on from this. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, okay. He fumbled 50,000. He
So
threw
I
it back
I
at their
actually
face.
Craig, when he moved I'm completely misspeaking. When Stuttering Craig emailed me in February, that is not what he offered me. He didn't say, "Hey, let's do an interview."
Somebody
He
in
said,
his
"Let's
other
have you as
chat
a
just
guest
said,
on
"Have
our
we seen
show."
the
And to
bubbles
that, I
yet?
said, "Yes, let's do it."
Hopefully.
After he announced
they
publicly that I
are
was going to be on the show on
undercover.
March 1st, which I advised him not.
Love
to.
how he says
I
he's gonna
outright
end it
told him,
tonight.
"Don't do this.
Guarantee he's gonna
This will
drag
not
this
be
on
good,
1 trillion
because I just
percent.
wanna be a guest
He's
on your
already
show."
dragging
He
it.
did anyway. Don't know why.
It's gonna be in the middle of a gameplay. He's gonna rant about it for like 6
He
minutes.
blew up. Oh my God, Phil's gonna be on a show. Phil never goes on a show. I can't believe Phil's
You
on a
were
show.
begging to be on a show!
My detractors, who
Varia
make it
says,
literally
Phil
their-
does a
the reason
documentary
for their
about every day of
existence
his
on the
life
internet
whenever he streams.
Legitimately!
regurgitate the horrible negative memes about me and profit from it. Like literally, that's what they do. There's entire channels and businesses based off of hating on Darkseid Phil. on YouTube. We all know
Businesses?
this. This is not-
LLCs?
oh, it's news to me. Everyone knows.
Phil hate
There's a
LLC.
model on YouTube that makes profit for everybody. Correct. So they all reach out to him. Excuse me. And
Just this nigga
he
sucks.
basically. He's like, whoa, I'm so blindsided. I didn't expect that this was going to happen when I invited Darkseid Phil onto the show, right? That's what I warned him about, but he didn't listen to me. He didn't actually take it seriously, okay?
35 minutes.
So he gets
and we've
bombarded, and
gotten
all of a sudden,
nothing.
he's seeing a lot of attention that he's never seen before. Keep in mind, the Side Scrollers podcast.
They
just
were.
started.
This was announced like 3 weeks ago, and almost daily Phil talks about what happened with the side scrollers and how they're getting all these comments and stuff, and people are talking with them. We know this stuff. Who is this for?
This show, on average, was pulling in between.
DSP
I'd say
was
around 200
begging
viewers
for
a
Moist
show
to give
live.
him an interview.
You know, afterwards you get a few thousand viewers every day on your show, you know, with the on-demand views or whatever. So it's not a huge podcast. It's not a tiny podcast by any means. It's not like 2 viewers, but you know, it's a growing podcast. It's a work in progress, and he's trying to rebuild it from the ground up, which is very respectable. Trying to bring it back after that long hiatus. And so he's basically sees, oh, here's all these people who are now interested all of a sudden in my show, and they're basically telling me you absolutely must grill Phil. You can't just have Phil on
Dude,
your show.
Adam
You
killed him.
Grill
100%.
because we don't like him, and here's the reasons why. And here
Yeah,
come
this
all the memes, right?
I hate how
Craig is
everybody
bombarded
who
with these-
Phil quotes talks exactly like
Yeah.
that.
He
dude.
contacts me again.
No,
Basically
the
says,
positive people talk
you know,
like him.
which I think I
The
would
negative
say
people
Sean
talk with the
Show's favorite
arms
actor.
crossed, head up, Phil.
Whatever. And you know, I told you this was going to happen, and he basically says, "Yeah, in light of this, we want to do an interview. We don't want to have it be you a guest on the show like we normally have. Normally, what their show is, it's a variety show. There's segments. There'd be a segment about news. There'd be a segment about everyone just shooting the shit. There's
Pause.
segments about
Who doesn't know what a variety show is?
He has to explain it as the variety streamer.
But again, this man explained produce.
Yeah.
I will never forget that.
people's collectibles at their house and what they do, and they show their collectibles. You know, fun stuff like that. Gaming and pop culture. It's a great show in that regard. So he says, I want you on as an interview instead. We have to basically have you on as an interview because I don't see how we can just have you on as a standard guest with all the hate against you on the internet. And I agreed to it. I'm like, yeah, I'm down for this because this is exactly what I wanted to do, you know, months ago. And I actually felt that these guys would be a good neutral party to actually...
So is he going to get to the point, or did I just get lost in his tirade?
It's lost in the sauce. We're all lost in the sauce.
I was wrong. Okay, that's the problem. Is I was
Here,
wrong. I
let's
didn't
see where he
understand.
is right now.
We should have started at
I found out
10:30.
exactly. What
Legitimately, why did we even?
Okay, I'm like, no, I'm not aware of that. I figured he was bombarded by detractors or whatever. But what can you do? Right?
He's still talking about the same thing.
Go back. I think that mentioned something new.
So,
Might have been something that he
you
mentioned
know,
to him
for
before
the
the
last 2
cast.
weeks, I'm under the impression that I'm going into this interview, and it's going to be a very long, very grilling interview. I'm going to give them my undivided attention. I gave them unlimited time, and I said, you can ask me absolutely, positively anything.
But I ain't gonna answer it.
I feel like
Okay,
Phil would make a fantastic
I don't
politician.
care what it is.
He
You have-
lies so
have to
naturally
answer
to get
it.
his
And
way.
We actually have a place where I've answered all these hard questions about all the negative shit that's been said about me over the years. So here I am, thinking this is going to be a show where if it's going to be a very long show, they're likely going to be doing segments about all the stuff I thought for sure they'd be bringing back. The racist stuff I said in 2010, you know, how I got banned.
And he
from all
was
these different
prepared
services
for
and
that.
things,
He
how
had
worked
that
out.
written
History
down
is
and
essentially
ready.
making
Then he got
mistakes on YouTube.
bombarded with that new race.
Yeah.
The
Nah,
new.
nah, yeah.
If you take it like that, and then in the 2-hour after show, they were just like, so he's fine making a slave trade joke, but not a racist joke. He's like, no, it wasn't racist. It was a slavery joke. It's like, okay, but the slavery is fine, but it's like, no, but I'm not racist though. Like, where's the line for this dude? It's fine to be offensive over here, but this is too offensive.
And child
Shut that up.
abduction and sex
He
trafficking.
can't do that.
And all of that. All right, that's exactly what.
Yeah, he was ready for that was 12 years
dude.
ago.
Look up Silver. Look up DSP and Nazi.
Don't even look up that. Look up DSP racist moments, and there's a compilation of him doing racist stuff. A compilation that's like 8 years old.
There was a compilation that he did himself as well.
All the messed up stuff. And what it would be is it would tell a narrative of how over the years I make mistakes, people call me out for the mistakes, right? I either really, really failed to live up to that and improve, or I did in some cases. But essentially, that's what I thought it was going to be. Okay.
Nope.
But that's not what it turned out being. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay. But so that was where it was left.
Triton
And I
Morris
was
says,
assured
TF you
by
talking
Craig that
about?
there was not
Phil
gonna
would be a
doxing,
terrible
there was not gonna be
politician.
any
He
putting
sucks at
harm to the
lying
family
and
or
talking on
anything
his
like that as a
feet.
result of being on this show or
No.
anything like that
He's
whatsoever.
fantastic at
Now,
that stuff.
You gotta
And
be a little
people
skeptical.
follow him.
And
Because
people
as we
follow
get closer and
politicians
closer
that
to
lie
the
through their
interview,
teeth all the time.
I start getting wind that that Craig is like directly talking to all of your detractors every day.
Pause.
Like he's talking.
Because they're giving him information about the things that you've done with empirical video evidence.
It wasn't like he was just believing. Hey, Phil's a pedo. Phil, they said you're a pedo.
What's going on? It's like, what's up with this clip where you said, I've got your name, I got your IP, and I've got your address, and then you put on a smug face and when I got you? What's up with this slave trade stuff? These are things that people are giving us. You wanted that hard-hitting grilling, but then you just like, you're talking to the detractors? You can't do both.
It's a Gundam. He's talking to these people who literally have entire giant video series about you that are all monetized and profitable, and the reason why they go down this rabbit hole,
They
is
making money off of
That's
you,
why they
Phil.
know.
Off his
They know that
shine.
The day that they talk about dark side feeling negative, like it's big dollars for them because people like this internet drama.
Money,
That's what he's talking
money,
about.
money.
Like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm not aware of that. I figured he was bombarded by detractors or whatever, but what can you do, right? I mean, it's public record. He's talking with them on Twitter and everything, right? So
DSP made
basically,
money off
I'm
Pro
doing the
Jared,
interview,
absolutely.
And I'm trusting Craig. I am. Stuttering Craig, the owner of Screw Attack, and now the person who runs.
He betrayed my
Besides,
trust.
He
I'm
betrayed
trusting
me.
This is going to be
They all
a
betrayed me.
fair interview. This is going to be unbiased.
They always betray
It
me.
was fair.
Neutral. That's a good journalistic interview. Is a neutral interview.
No. Journalistic interviews do not need to be neutral. They just have to be fair. They can't be attacking. They did not attack you, Phil. They let you speak at length. They gave you hard-hitting questions. They responded in kind. What was the issue?
And he said he was ready for the hard-hitting question. He said
No,
nothing
he was
is
ready
off
for the ones
the
he
prepared
thought.
ones.
Yes.
But he said no questions were off limit.
Darkseid
Ask
on
me
213
anything.
Says, it's always about money with him. Literally no life.
Literally.
You ask questions, you get answers. Then you make your judgments. Based
Jordan,
on
I can't
those.
think of a fairer interview I've seen with the guy that was
the
so
interview
hated.
Lasted over 5 hours long.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right? I gave them 5.5. I even stayed extra to help.
They
out
did
their
not want you
patrons,
to,
their
Phil.
patrons get
They
extra.
were done with
I
you.
stayed extra as a favor to them.
As a
I said,
favor
I
to
was
you.
late, all right? It's by far the most popular piece of content they've ever put on the internet.
Irrelevant.
All right,
Irrelevant.
I'm talking about the Side Scroller show from now. I'm not talking about back in the day. I'm sure Screw Attack probably had
Who
way
cares?
popular stuff. I'm talking about in the modern era. By far, you're talking 30+ thousand views in less than 24 hours. The thing blew up and is getting bigger and bigger. You know, everyone clicking
And
it,
climbing.
retweeting it, talking about it, getting a buzz. From what I'm to understand,
How about you
okay,
watch and learn?
and I don't know if this is true or not because I didn't tell you guys this. I couldn't see the stream chat. Like I purposely was not in the stream chat at all or paying any attention to it. I have no idea what happened. They made thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars on that
$2,000.
show. Okay, who did they make
From
it
the
from?
first show.
The detractors. The detractors were there. And every time
Irrelevant.
that basically they were
Irrelevant.
asking a prying question or twisting a little more, there was more contributions coming in.
In
Okay.
what way,
That's
Phil?
what I've been told.
That's what you've been told. Phil, pause. They talked about this where you're just listening to people and believing what they say with the Keemstar thing. You can't just listen to people and be like, this is what they said. Come on, do your own research. Look at with your own eyes.
That's what I've been told from people who actually were watching the stream. You could see it coming in. People were adding up. They're like, oh my God, it's thousands. That's thousands of dollars that came in. Okay?
Start the
Irrelevant
fucking stream.
how much
Yes.
money
So,
was made.
What did I think about the show overall? I talked about
He's
it.
saying
I
how much
think we did
popularity he
yesterday,
gave
and
them.
I felt that it was a fair interview because even though I'll admit, I think that Adam, who's one of the co-hosts, it was Adam and Craig that were interviewing me. I think that Adam was basically kind of very, very critical and or didn't believe me outright. I can tell you right now, I don't think
He
MF
said it
Studio
outright.
4
I
says,
think he thinks that I lied
no
about
wonder
everything I
Tyrone
said
is
out of my mouth.
procreating his
It's never
wife.
seemed that,
Phil is
didn't
saying
it?
N-word in front of
Craig
his black
seemed more
brothers.
neutral. So it kind of fair, more. It was like a good
Reparations.
cop, bad cop interview, correct?
Pussy reparations.
And it ended, and I did my own content for the rest of the day. I was fine doing it that way, and that's where everyone thinks it ended. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Now, actually, that's not the case, and that's actually one of the things we're going to talk about tonight. Is what actually happened. Okay. Because that's not where it ended. Because we have to talk about actually some of the topics discussed during that interview and where they led. Because you guys don't know this, so I'm going to tell you right now.
He's talking about the
Major things
app now.
He's
That
Champion.
happened
Do it.
during that
Do it.
podcast.
Do it.
No,
Discussion about a
I'm talking. I'm looking at the
and
chat.
we'll be back to keep answering questions.
They're talking about
Because
Photoshop and all
I
this.
know there's a lot of stuff that was left out, but we already went 5 hours. They're out of time. Fine, we don't have to keep going. We'll have a follow up. All right.
Part
So I'm
2.
under the impression if you're gonna do a follow up, right, you're gonna save further discussion about Dark Side Phil for the follow up.
Yes, this is still going on, Jack. He's still.
You guys didn't hear this. It was off camera or whatever. But basically, it would be about a month or longer until there would be a part 2. That it would be at least like mid to late April, maybe early summer. It depended on their schedule. But they were very interested in having me back for a part 2. That they wanted this to happen because I even said to them, I said, there's a lot of stuff we didn't cover today.
You
really
said
worked
you
on
wanted it to
certain
happen
things,
as well,
like the
Phil.
Champions thing, the $5,000 expenses thing, which I still don't understand because we really didn't fully explain it. We can talk about that tonight.
He's
but
gonna
anyway,
try to.
you harped on
He's
certain
gonna
things,
waive
then we
the
had
paper.
Keemstar on for like
He
an hour,
can't.
right?
I
And
will
it's like,
quit
so
this.
we kind of derailed.
I will
We
X
didn't
out
really
of
get
this.
to a lot of stuff that I think people would have liked to hear. me
Off
address,
camera equals
okay?
trying to twist
Um,
things.
Or that I maybe would have liked to address. But after you're going for 5 hours, you forget
Alfonso,
what
our
you
chat is on the right. Phil's
correct?
chat is on the left.
So that's where we left it. That it was supposed to be. I was going to do like a part 2. Okay. But another big thing that happened during that interview was that there was essentially an opportunity. All right, an opportunity during the interview where I was told that
MF
if I were to
Curio 4
send
says,
the actual
if Phil is
screenshot
Pinocchio and he keeps saying lies, his nose is going to enormous as Eiffel Tower.
during the interview, where
It's
I was
already
told
there.
If I were to send the actual screenshot of my
Do it.
WWE Mobile Champion, WWE Champions
Do
mobile
it.
game account.
My
I can't even say
family.
it.
Say my family, Phil.
Disgusts me so much that this fucking thing is so stupidly important to people. It just I can't even say the words. That if I sent the
Thank you for the
screenshot
super
of my
chat, so-
actual account
Yeah, he's great at it.
over to them,
Fantastic.
all right,
One of the
like
best.
live, I sent it to Craig, and it could just show that that's not my account that everyone thinks it is. That would be the end all be all of it, right? Now I explained to them, no, I'm not willing to do that right now live, okay? And there's
Why
various
not?
reasons for that, as I tried to
My
explain.
family.
But basically, let me put it this way.
My family.
Number one, did I trust Craig yesterday? About 98%.
No, that's no
I really
trust
did.
in. You didn't
I
trust
trusted
him.
Craig about 98%.
No,
I'm not
you
saying
didn't
I
trust him at all,
100%.
then.
Maybe there's always a chance, right? That this guy's going to try to screw me
It's
over.
it's a light
Right.
switch. You
But
either trust him or you don't.
98% trusted him, and it's going to be a gamble, right? The other thing is you got to factor in other things. There's actually been situations where, I've sent things to people who I trusted, and then things
Craig
that were
said
out
it,
of their
Jordan.
control
Delusions of
happened.
grandeur.
This is years ago. You guys don't know this, but there was someone who I had sent something to, and their account got supposedly hacked. Did it really get hacked or not? I don't know. It could have been bullshit. They could have been lying. And then all of a sudden, there you go. Fucking stuff's out there. Right?
Who? What?
So, I'm not saying that anyone was ready to hack Craig's email or anything. I'm just saying, these thoughts are going through my mind. It's not safe. Not 100% safe.
I didn't trust him with the
Trust it.
screenshot of my
On the
mobile
flip side,
game
It's
account.
not safe for me to
Ask-
give my
asking me.
in WWE champions.
All right, live on the show. In the back of my head, I'm thinking, I know that if I send this to this guy right now, the only person it may convince is him. That's it. That's
No, it will
literally-
convince some people just going,
Right?
his account
They
wasn't
think
down
that
from the
they
rafters.
believe
That will be enough for a lot of people.
they'll be able
Pause.
to figure out.
Because like Craig said, I have no reason to lie. I got no dog in this fight. So what purpose would he be like, nah, he's telling the truth? It's like, well, Craig is clearly lying. It's like, why would he lie? For what purpose? What does he gain by lying?
Out this is real or not or whatever, right? But But I don't think that sending that in any way, shape, or form would have actually made my detractors change their minds at all. That wasn't even why I went on the show. I didn't
Some
go on
of
the
them
show for
would've.
detractors at all.
I
I
definitely
just wanted
would've.
to have one focal point where I've answered all of these questions. So now, if you want to hear my answers, go watch that show and leave me alone. I want to do my own thing over here, my own content. I don't
No,
have
because
to
you didn't
see
answer it. You've already said with the 5K thing.
Okay, I just wanted to be done with, right? So in my mind, it's like if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna send him stuff. I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it after the show, and I'm
Why?
gonna do it right. I'm gonna make sure that there's no way that people can say that I faked this. Because what if I did send it to Craig, and then all of a sudden, that's photoshopped anyway. Phil was ready for that. Phil made a photoshopped, screen grab or whatever, right? Can
With
you
the
see that?
exact
You know what I'm
time?
saying? So I was gonna say, definitive way to prove.
DSP acts
that
like his
person
social
used
security
it,
number is
all
next
right?
to his
And I'm gonna
username.
explain that in a minute, all right.
Slurp it up.
So anyway,
Perfect sip.
I didn't send him anything at all. Sent him nothing
Yep.
during the
Cuck.
show. Let
Cucked
me clarify that. I did not send him anything during the show.
Oh, wait.
When we ended the show, the discussion was after 5.5 hours of me giving them my time, all right, and fielding every question, even Keemstar, and playing a stupid clip from It's a Gundam that was a waste of everybody's time.
Everyone's
Um,
time.
That was
And
funny.
fielding all the nonsense
Waste.
that happened, right?
Notera
The
says,
agreement was, wow,
make
that
sure
went
there's no
well.
way people could say I faked this. Doesn't send the picture live when he had no time to fake it.
There's no time to fake it.
Now, let's go ahead and talk about the follow-up or whatever, which we agreed, maybe a month and a half, maybe we'll see, all right? So, after the show ended, I did my 90-minute post-show. I went downstairs and I ate dinner with my wife, all right? So now it's around 6 p.m., and I said, you know what? I think I am going to send him it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it to him so he knows I'm not faking. So, for you guys might or might not know, because one of the questions that actually
Lot
came
of
up during the
stutter in there,
podcast,
Phil.
This is a really interesting one to me. They said to me, Craig said this specifically to me, how can you dispute all this when they say it's tied to your phone number? To which I said, how could it be tied to a phone number? I've never once.
The
ever,
apps
on
and
any mobile game I've ever
Discords
played
and the
on my
line
phone,
and all of that.
not once
Phil.
have I
You
ever
talk
entered my
about
phone number.
2FA
It's
so
all
much.
tied to your Apple ID or your game account because Apple has a game account in your phone, right? That's the actual thing.
It's because
that
it was
determines
Keen,
your
Jordan.
account.
That's
So
it.
You could have a completely different phone number, but still have the same Apple ID, and therefore you can still have your same games that transfer between.
You said you had the same phone number since you've been in Connecticut.
So I didn't understand the question when they were saying that to me. It didn't make sense because that doesn't. Again, it's bullshit. It's stuff that detractors make up.
Yeah,
It's tied
okay.
to a phone number. Well, can you fucking prove that? Because games aren't tied to phone numbers. They're not. They're tied to accounts. Online accounts. So it doesn't make sense what they say. But again, don't question what they're saying. Question me, right? Anyway, so what I was gonna do.
You're the one they're
I was
interviewing.
gonna send him my actual Apple ID and my game account in my phone that lists every game I've ever played on that phone.
You can
Literally.
change your Apple ID.
Actually
It could be a
lists
different
every
Apple
single
ID. It could be Cat's Apple ID.
Played. I'm serious. It was
So
gonna
let's
have all of that
recap the
listed,
situation.
all right, and it was going to prove
I did nothing wrong.
okay. It was going to prove account because actually I usually have used the same account in all these games, the same name and everything. You know what I'm saying? I was going to send him the screen grab from
I was going
WWE
to
Champions,
send him.
and I was going
Oh,
to
dude, they're
send
going
him
crazy
what we
over there.
talked about on the show. I was going to send him a screen grab
I'm
to show
not
it's
looking
the same
over there.
account that I actually use in the new Street Fighter game that just came out. And I actually was going to take another
Irrelevant.
screen grab of an older game that I've
Irrelevant.
played in the past, one that I've never even mentioned.
All he
Any
wanted
time
was
on the show. Here,
champions.
it's a game that I played. So here you go. Here's the same account that I use on all my games. Here it is. It could prove not only is there crossover between all of their games.
Why didn't you
but
do
also
that
here's
during
what
the?
it's tied to it. It shows the evidence, and here's the actual game account that's in the phone. I was going to send him literally all of that. Okay.
Was
And it
past
was around
tense.
6 p.m. that I sat down after dinner with my wife on the couch. I'm about to do this.
She
So I
said,
emailed
Phil, but
Craig,
what about my
and I say to
safety?
him, are you ready for this? Because now you're gonna get the full story. You ready for this? Here's what actually happened. Because I'm tired of the bullshit. This is literally, I'm reading you the email I sent him word for word. Ready? Hey
Do
Craig, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on how the show went. I hope that this
Call
is a
him
big
sir.
benefit for you guys. If so, this might have actually been the only time in history my infamy has actually helped something.
Shut up.
I know that you'll want to get back to normalcy, but I'm looking forward to hearing from you again about the possible next appearance. Now, what I did here is I shared some thoughts about what my viewers had been saying on my 90-minute decompress stream. Here you go. You ready? My viewers are telling me they think you and Adam were too harsh, but I disagree completely. As I told you on the podcast, you were nothing but fair.
You
There
just said it was
pretty
good
much a
cop, bad
100%
cop.
consensus that the Keemstar bit was intrusive.
No, it
And
wasn't.
it gave him free plugs for his own content, and it took away about an hour that could have been more on topic.
3,000 viewers. Free plug.
I didn't mind, but that's the vibe my viewers are sharing with me. It would likely be best for a repeat appearance to just be.
If you don't
us,
mind, then
without
don't
feeling
bring it up.
A surprise or a trick to shock me on the interview.
You guys
okay?
tricked me. I
And
don't
now-
appreciate that.
The key part of this whole message.
Let's go. Let's go.
How often do you actually check this email? Because I'm 50-50 on showing you my Champions account, especially because of what Keemstar said on the show. If you don't know what Keemstar said, it doesn't matter what you send to Craig, it's too late. It's literally what he said. Makes no sense.
How
but,
often do you check?
that's
Because
what
you're
he
going to get
said.
hacked.
He says, I feel nobody would really believe, even if you vouch for me at this point, But I respect you, and I'm still considering it, despite the fact I'm incredibly scared that my info will once again leak and hurt me.
Shut up.
Word for word, I just read it from my email. There it is, okay?
Why did you wave it
I
and then
saw
not
that
show
again.
it?
And this is one of those things where he made the email knowing that he would read it.
Yeah.
So he put things in there to make himself look good. You guys were incredibly fair. I did.
At 6:18 p.m. yesterday. All right? So the show, my show ended at 4. I uploaded. I ate dinner with my wife.
He's
and I
mundane
sat down on
Mac
the
so
couch and I
hard.
sent it at 6:18. All right? There you go. Now, you might say, well, why didn't you just send everything? Because number one, again,
My
I'm
family.
not 100% trustworthy yet, but
Pause.
I want him
2%.
Yeah.
He trusts him 98%, but 2% he's like no.
It can't be 100.
It's ridiculous.
say, yeah, I'm going to be right here tonight on the email, so you can send it and I'll look at it. I'll immediately delete it. That way there's no risk. That's what we had said on the podcast. That if I'm
No, he said during the
Also,
show.
here's the text proof. Wiggles phone.
I gotta go get my phone.
No, he said send it to me now, email it to me now, and
I
I'll
will
delete it. He's already said I gotta go eat. He went out to eat with his wife. He's not checking his phone anymore.
send him all that information, he would immediately delete it. The moment it comes in, he would check it. Okay, there it is. There's the evidence. Got it. And immediately delete it, and it's safe, right? Because it's gone. So that's what I want to know. That's what I asked him. How often do you check this email?
The chat is
All
moving
right?
so fast. Oh no.
I did not receive a response. Okay. Until today at 5:45 p.m. All right. So we can pretend like that's where it was at that point. Okay. So I sent him that last night, 6:18 p.m. Zero response.
something
Yes.
wrong.
No response at all at that email address. So last night I do a 2-hour level 1 podcast over on DSP Gaming. Of course, people are asking me more questions. At that point, I'm still feeling positive about it. I'm like, hey,
Thumbs
that's exactly
up.
how I wanted it to go. People kept telling me on the podcast last night that Craig and Adam were unfair to me. I will say this publicly again. I don't think that's the case. I think it was that was exactly how I expected the interview to go. I thought that's exactly how it was supposed to go. Okay? I didn't think they were going to believe me and be blown away
Believe me.
by the fact that I sat on
Because
there and
you've
I
shown no
couldn't show them
evidence, and
the
you
evidence.
already would.
But
Well,
I
believe what you want to
emailed
believe.
Craig and said, I'm going to send you the evidence.
Don't tap your
basically.
phone. We know what an
Are
email
you
is.
monitoring this email? Okay? Read it word for word to you guys, right out of my email. Okay? So anyway, that's where we left it. All right? Overnight, nothing happens. In the morning, apparently they turn on their show. Now, here's where the bullshit starts. Okay?
Yes, it does, Phil.
They had advertised all week long that on Friday we're going to do a decompression stream from the Dark Side Phil interview. We're all going to be playing Mario
Yeah, they use
Kart
the word
together. It's gonna be the
decompression
whole show.
stream.
It's going to be fun gameplay of us kind of messing around and playing Mario
We are
Kart
looking at y'all
to
memes, by the
decompress
way.
from the drama that likely will have happened Thursday.
I hope his mustache sees the light and runs away from him.
I did today on the podcast. Dark Side Phil Aftermath Side Scroller podcast. Let's see. 2.5 hours long, way longer than their show usually runs.
Irrelevant.
13,000 views. Gee, I wonder why.
Irrelevant.
They capitalized on an opportunity
So what they
when.
said they were doing all week, what I was under the impression they were doing all week, they decided not to do.
Hey, Phil, what are you doing right now?
Utterly
When people were under the impression that you would be playing a game tonight.
Watch this show.
No, but it's different for
I
me.
went and did my
As he
content.
said.
I put
Dude, this guy is such a
I
hypocrite.
beat it over on DSP DSP Gaming. The playthrough is complete. I'm happy because it was a really long game, and now it's done. And so I decided, you know, I'm back to normal, right? I won't even probably be talking to these guys. If Craig comes back at me and responds to the email, right, then, you know, we'll have a discussion about possibly sending him all the stuff or whatever that he wanted on the show. I'm serious about it, right?
FaceTime,
So-
like he said.
I'm streaming, and people are like, Phil, did you just see that podcast they just did? I'm like, no. Again, to my knowledge, it's over. That was the interview. You know what I'm saying?
And again, he's
I don't
listening
know
to
what you know,
people.
what are you talking about? No, do you understand?
He's
the bullshit
listening to
we're
what
doing?
people are
Like,
telling
literally,
him.
Every host came on and essentially said they didn't believe a word you said. You're a filthy liar.
Jet Blaze
You know,
Thunder
you're-
says,
you're not that they
I
were,
feel like I'm watching an
totally
Ace
saying
Attorney
what a
playthrough.
scumbag or anything like that. But essentially, I guess what the theme of the show was that they're all sorry for me because I'm such a person who apparently is really
Pause. I hate this. This is that Opie boy.
Yeah.
You listen to what they said about you
Not
before
what
you
your-
before you start judging them for saying something.
Not what your
Anything could be-
people saying.
Whoever told you that could be lying in order to get your goat, or they could be exaggerating.
just a sad guy in a bad situation, and he's
Now.
addicted.
They did say these things.
Hey, no.
But it's
liar.
better
But
to
they
hear
said it to his
what they
face.
said.
They said, Phil, that's not a good life.
It's always better to hear
And
what
essentially-
people say and how they said it instead of hearing people going, Phil, they were trashing you. They were talking about your mama and Monopoly and bills and all this crap. It went nuts.
And again, yeah, like Turf said, were they even wrong?
Essentially, it's funny, all right? Because they're doing the show.
Okay,
all right?
Kakudori.
And apparently, when they're doing the show, every time a super chat comes in, it's literally from one of my detractors.
Sure is.
And every
Not every
super
one
chat
of
is
them.
something nasty.
Nope,
And
not
they
every
read
one
it,
of them.
And they all collectively laugh at it. Ha
Yep,
ha ha. That's
they
funny.
all do that.
No. Some of them, they were just like, okay. One of them was like, listen to the DSP song Mobile. They were like, I'm probably not going to do that. This isn't a DSP channel.
One of them was just like, Phil said to his ex-girlfriend, give her a pill and leave her somewhere where she had a panic attack. He said, oh, I didn't even know about that. And they moved on. And this is that, watch it to see what they said, what was said, what they believed, all this. I hate it. I hate, dude, every single time. Anytime, it was like once or twice where somebody made a video or some sort of reference to us, we were all over that. Just like, what did they say about us?
Yeah.
What bull did they say about us? Not like, oh, they said that. No, what did they say so we can talk about this? So we can say how they're wrong or they're right or say whatever. Not this person said, I hate this person said, and I'm going to believe them.
Ha ha ha.
I don't want to be here.
That might be a clip.
Ha ha ha.
Never mind.
And they're showing on for 2.5
No,
hours.
I'm not.
All right.
I appreciate
Now,
that.
I got a question.
Nope, not doing
Do
it.
you feel?
Craig and the side scrollers.
Craig.
I really do have a genuine question.
Why?
All right?
What's wrong with
Let's
you?
actually ask the question.
What's the question?
We all
Why? You're
know
done. You're not going to listen to their answer. You're done.
Yeah.
that my appearance on side scrollers is the most popular thing they've ever
I
done.
made y'all
correct?
money.
It even brought in Keemstar.
Shut up.
Brought in Keemstar, big ass YouTuber. All right. Do you think that Keemstar would have ever appeared on the Side Scrollers podcast
Pause.
if I wasn't on it?
They literally have James Ross coming
In
next
2
week.
weeks. It's like March 28th.
Literally.
Phil
One of
wasn't even
first-
the biggest person in the lineup.
Butter and Craig's been on the internet for some 15, 20 years. He's got connections. But see, this is that they're getting fat off my shine bush. It's all because of me. They should be thanking me because I got them Keemstar and thousands of dollars and more views than they ever could have imagined. But they go back and betray me behind my back. I can't believe this.
Right? Okay. So they see, oh my God, this is the biggest thing we've ever done, and we just made an insane amount of money, thousands of dollars from detractors.
Impersonating
So
a
what they decide to do
hard-working
the next day when
YouTuber.
I'm not there, which is not the agreement we had. They do the DSP Pylon show, where we're just going to sit there and we're going to take a big dump on him. And he's not
Unbelievable.
here to actually...
No. Everything they said in that, basically everything they said in that, they said to your face. Whether they worded it more harshly, whatever, but they said those.
I don't believe you.
To your face. What was anything said behind your back that was different from your face?
Other than the fact that there were two other people there giving their opinion, which obviously they couldn't give their opinion because they weren't there. But everything that Craig and Adam said, they said to your face.
actually respond to any of it. All right? There's a difference between journalism and online drama for personal gain. It's cause and effect here. They saw the money rolling in on Thursday, and they decided instead of doing our
They
Mario Kart
betray me for the money.
on Friday, instead, who cares about that? We're gonna ride this gravy train on. We're gonna do the.
If that were the case, they would do it Monday. They said we're done after today.
This is the third stream that Phil has done about this. He did a decompression. He did 2 hours last night, and this is the third thing that he's doing. I guess it don't count for Phil.
It never does.
Dump on Darkside Phil show, and it became a 2.5-hour clown show of them essentially taking in donations.
Remember when
after
Phil gave a
donation
sob
after
story on why he
donation,
jerked off on
after
stream?
donation,
Yeah, he was
for me to
depressed.
Laugh at me,
Worst moment of
make
his
jokes
life.
about me,
Zip.
and then make money on it. Okay? So here's the question I have for Craig and the Side Scrollers crew. If the Dark Side Phil interview on Thursday only had 100 viewers, and if you had made $5 the whole show, would you have done the Dark Side Phil Aftermath show on Friday?
If it was 5 hours, absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
Most was like, I took a 6-hour nap after that.
Phil, why would they have such substantially lower viewership if it's the combination of their viewers and yours?
Phil is so unhappy.
You said that they normally get 200-300 viewers, so now it's just gonna get cut in half all of a sudden for 5 hours?
I would love to hear their answer. I'm sure they will. All right, but
You're done.
You know,
what does the answer do for you?
He has such
like I
a
said, it's
smug
cause and
look.
effect. The reason that they did the show is because they wanted the money, right? Or else, if there's no profit there, why are they going to do it again? There's no point. They got to ride that popularity
It's
out while they have it.
always about money.
It's never been anything
All right?
else for Phil.
This is literally the same thing that all of my detractors have done for years.
Money,
They say, wait a
money,
minute, drama sells.
money.
Wait a minute, making fun of someone
Holy
and
crap.
you know, bringing them
He is
down at their
so
own expense
money-minded.
is profitable.
This is disgusting.
Oh, well,
They said in the video, we're not a Dark Side Phil channel. We're not going to turn into that. This is it. If they were that, they would just be like, well, let's do it again and again and again. Just like Who Are These podcasts kept going to the well with Opie to have Anthony on because those were super popular clips and episodes. They kept going to that well. If they keep going to that well, you have a point.
cares about morals, right? I mean,
Who cares? What morals?
Phil, once they have that, they have carte blanche. They're not repurposing your voice for new content or anything.
I'm really surprised that he is sounding so hurt about this. I know people did and said worse. This man was on Kiwi Farms and they were monster over there.
Yeah. I don't know what it's the betrayal that's the issue for him.
Even though we promised Phil a completely fair shake
And,
on the
and he's just like, okay, we had the interview. Now you guys can never talk about me
Ever again, unless it's positive.
Or unless you have my blessings to talk
Here's
about
the thing.
me.
If they had did the thing where today and they said, we appreciate all the super chats and stuff, but we're not gonna read any detractor stuff to be fair to Phil, would Phil have a problem right now? If they made the same amount of money and his name was in the thing?
Stares smugly into the camera.
Hell, who cares about morals, right? I mean, even though
Morals.
we promised Phil a completely fair shake on the interview, we
They
didn't
did.
promise him we wouldn't destroy him the next day when he's definitely not there and not
They
knowing we're going to do it.
didn't destroy you.
What, did you watch? You didn't watch it.
didn't
You're
watch
not
it.
allowed to say this,
It's,
Phil.
it's such cuck.
You're not allowed.
I hate this.
Right? It's literally, it's being completely two-faced. It's completely unfair. If you're going to have another entire show about Darkside Phil, you should let Darkside Phil actually respond to your stuff.
You're
Not,
responding now.
Oh, guess what? We had a whole show, and then
So,
after that,
so what about all the times that you talk about Review Tech USA and PewDiePie? All those other people.
GameStar.
Are where are they on your show? Or can you just talk about them because you're just on the internet?
Jordan, he would never make it past training to be on the front lines of anything.
the beat
And do you want Phil with a gun in his hand?
up show, the pummel Darkside Phil show when he's not here. That's
This
not
is
fair
such
at all,
victim
okay?
bullshit. I can't stand
And he's
this.
poisoning the well when he hasn't even seen it.
Let me give you some comparison here.
Oh,
All right.
You
no.
can't!
Yesterday on the podcast,
I'm
Craig
not
said
ready to
something
go
to me that
forward.
actually really, really resonated with me. Okay? He said, you know what, Phil? People who you've wronged in your past,
They
whether or
train
not
with
you
bears.
think that saying, you're sorry to them or making amends would ever change or do anything good for them. Correct? Basically, it's still worth it to reach out and do the right thing. Do you want to know what I did last night? I actually DM'd that person in the Street Fighter community who I used to bully. I actually DM'd
The
him
one where they said
Now,
I don't remember his name, and they looked it up and they found it in 0.2 seconds.
I'm the better man.
I'm the better man.
I knew he wouldn't. But I apologized to him because I felt so bad. After Craig saying that to me on the show, I was like, he's right. I should do that. Do you want to know what else I did? I went on
I
and I
reached out
publicly
to you,
apologized to
Review
Review
Tech
Tech USA. Because I felt like, even though I feel like he's unfair
Hey.
to me, it's not fair
Did you apologize to Rambo and Howard?
No.
Cool.
for me to then
did
be
he
unfair to him, which I
apologize
do feel
to
like I've been harsh to him
Keemstar?
recently with some of the stuff I said and did on my streams. And then last night someone had told me his daughter is sick, and I felt so bad. I was like, dude, the last thing he needs is drama and stress around this time of his life. So I publicly apologized to the guy. And now I'd actually like to have him on the show to just have a civil conversation about stuff in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Because he was
So
giving me
that's
money.
what I did when I got off the show. I thought, wow, out of the stuff that just happened, Craig had some really good advice. I actually like that. I'm going to go run with that and try to be a better person.
Pause.
The one thing he took away from apologize.
He did two things. One thing that is unverified. We can't see what he said or even see if he said anything. The other thing is something that could potentially get him a lot of money and attention. Cool.
They felt the best thing to do with that show was to do a show to shit on me for 2.5 hours and make money on it. That's what they felt was the best thing they could possibly do out of
This is
a show
unbelievable.
like that.
Alfonso
Someone giving them
Rodriguez says,
5.5
"Can't wait
hours
for the fake
of their
crying to
time
happen."
That normally I'd be
Oh, it's
working and
coming.
making money.
Pause. And you know what? He probably saw some stuff and just went, I can't defend this. So why even try? Why even watch this?
Where? Dang,
Stay
I
on
can't
your
see the
show,
exact time. How far back
giving
are we?
them insane amounts of views and
12 minutes?
popularity. You
All
get
right, we're
Keemstar
12 minutes
to show
back.
up on their show, giving them a 20,000.
The last thing I needed was drama, so I, Philip Bernal,
I
spare.
want him short.
Nope. He didn't watch it. He didn't watch it.
Cut. Cook.
I thought people were basically over exaggerating. I did. I thought people were making shit up or out of a show like that. Someone giving them 5.5 hours of their time that normally I'd be working and making money. Instead, I'm on their show. Giving them.
Would Phil
insane
have been
amounts of
mad if
views
they
and
split
popularity,
the
getting
profits with
Keemstar to
them?
show
No.
up on their show, giving them a giant boost, making what? People, I actually heard the number, and I can't confirm if this is real or not. I heard they made $20,000
They did.
yesterday alone.
Phil,
in one show.
Do you think that
can't
they
count
made
that.
$20,000
$20,000?
in one day in my life, and I
Phil,
never will.
and pause.
Apparently, they.
And apparently, I heard, they said, I saw, where's the confirmation? So, when people say that, Phil, you spent $50,000 on WWE Champions, I heard that. Oh, that's insane. What the are you talking about? Now, I've heard, hands to the camera, that they made $20,000. Why are you saying this if this is unvetted and no way to prove this?
Made it. Why did they make it? Because Darkside Phil was on their show. Okay? So they see that and instead, wow, that was pretty amazing. We'd like to have him on in a part 2. So let's say, okay, that's enough. We'll talk about him later. No, next day, it's Darkside Phil part 2 without Darkside Phil.
It wasn't part 2. It was a continuation of part 1 where they just further explained things
Yes.
they already said to you. You
Barely
would know
and-
if you watched the video.
But he didn't because he's a cuck.
This podcast could have been a huge chance for him to potentially improve as a person, yet he's continued to dig the hole deeper like a serial killer.
The show continues without me, completely unfairly.
I hate.
And they make a ton of money.
I really hate
Okay?
him talking about this without.
It's
having
completely
watched
unfair.
it.
It's not
I'm
integrity.
all for it. Cuck
It's
life.
just not. There's no
100%.
integrity there at all.
100%.
If there was integrity, say, listen, we had him on the show. He answered the questions. You judge for yourself what you think. All right, maybe
They
we'll do
gave
it
him
10
props in the
minutes, we'll talk
show.
about what we thought, and then we move on. We want him back. We'll talk about it when he's back. That way he can defend himself again. Or we can
And
have a
now we can
conversation.
never talk about him until the moment that he comes back
They
on the
brought
show.
up nothing new or nothing new substantial. They said they still had a page and a half of questions left.
Now, immediately once it's over, okay, then now we beat him up. And again, I really believe they made $20,000 in a day? No, I don't.
Then
why'd you bring it up?
$20,000. Even then, that's something they never would have made without me on the show.
Pause.
And if you're
Delusions of grandeur.
It was such a cutting thing.
if you're actually showing, okay, wow, that's nice that Phil did this for us. We're gonna be nice and grateful. We won't beat him up the next day.
Actually,
They
we
did.
can,
We did a two and a
we
half
can
hour,
pump
two and a
this
half
up a
hour
little
beat up
bit,
Phil's
actually.
show today. Okay, making more money
It's not gonna
constantly,
let me.
right? Laughing. I actually heard, and we might because we might react to it
Pause.
live here.
I actually
And
heard.
because we might react to it live here.
Again, I actually heard. Dude with this bush.
I'd have to capture my whole thing. I'm not doing
They
that.
all did the act laugh together in unison, which I don't do. I've literally never done an act laugh. It's a detractor meme.
Literally never
see?
done that.
Like that's funny. Oh, something that people say about me all the time that's terrible is funny.
It's not terrible.
Right. Oh,
You have a bad laugh and people make fun of the laugh.
Leo Luster says, I can feel the heat of his member from that self-blow job.
It's hilarious.
Pause. I don't remember them doing that, but again, Phil is just saying that they did this thing with no evidence and no proof because he hasn't watched it. It's disgusting.
I don't even know where it comes from. It's just one of those memes, right?
There's nothing in that thermos.
So anyway, I hear all this on my stream this morning.
Heard.
And I'm like, oh, that's... I first I didn't believe it. I thought people were basically over-exaggerating. All right, I did. I thought people were making shit up or maybe, what it is they want to start trouble. And I actually felt, and I defended those guys last night. I said, no, I feel like that interview was 100% fair. I do.
Pause.
Yeah.
It's 100% fair, but I only trust him 98%.
They, yes, was Adam harsh? He was. A lot of people thought he came off very abrasive and like a dick. All right, while Craig was more neutral and or seeming like a journalist, Adam was kind of being a jerk. I actually didn't feel that. At the end of the day, I was okay with all of them. I mean that, and I defended them. My audience was telling me the opposite, and I said, no, I think you guys.
I don't
are
care
wrong.
what your
It
audience
actually
was saying.
fair. Okay, I did. All right. So anyway, when everyone's telling me this on my show today, I'm like, I don't believe it. I'll watch it for myself later or whatever. But over the course of the show, people were progressively getting worse and worse. Telling me, no, Phil, you have to understand, this was really bad. Like, this was 1,000,000% a detractor show.
Oh, dude.
Craig is saying he's going to
1,000,000%.
go on
I'm going to have to
detractor
change the way the source is done because we got a 1.2
Really?
this.
Craig,
Because
the guy who literally
I'm
said,
seeing
"I'm
some
going to
in
be
the other
neutral
chat.
about
I'm
this,
trying not to,
fair
but
interview."
my
I'm not
God.
looking.
Now he's going to appear on detractor show. So not only is it now it's on their own content that they're now it's going to continue. It continues into other people's.
Who are
content
you
as well,
pushing?
Right.
He's
Okay,
dabbing
so
on
see.
them.
So again, all this is happening, right? And I'm just doing my content. I get an email. All
Oh,
right,
an
from a
email.
fan.
Oh, from a fan.
I hope the fan. I'm not going to reveal the fan's name or anything.
Of course not.
Okay. But
Why
here's
would
what
you?
the email I get from a fan today. I want to give you some feedback. I'm watching the Aftermath stream by Craig and Company. It's clear there was never any intention to have you as a normal guest. They're quite open to admitting they believe the detractors on every single
I
issue
hate this.
possible. To the point they openly
I
belittled and
hate
laughed at you
this.
all day long today. They openly said to your face that they contacted most of your detractors to get feedback. Every single super chat that mentioned something negative about you, they read out and believed without hesitation. It's clearly difficult to believe this wasn't their initial intention, and they lulled you into some kind of false sense of security over the previous week,
Victim.
giving you the impression they wanted to be neutral. You basically went to a detractor stream
Another
with a
friend
name,
gone.
and the Keemstar ambush was just the cherry on top of this.
I
might not be a
believe
big
this
fan of yours. So
email.
here you go. This guy's even admitting he's not even a big fan. Even I can't ignore the fact they obviously.
Dude, I'm not a big fan, but this trigger going, I'm not a Demon Slayer fan.
You can say
You
whatever
can say
want.
whatever. would a not big fan email the guy? And this is apparently the only email he got about it.
Want to ride this detractor wave of popularity and even say they plan to be
Detractor wave of popularity.
They're now getting during their streams.
He
showed that
emailed
they
himself.
They were just hoping to get these. Now
You
they're
know what?
basking on having grilled and exposed you to
You
the
know
world, and
what?
They plan to do it again and again and again as long as you keep allowing it. Honestly, if you really think that they are your friends or even remotely impartial, you're sorely mistaken. You're just a lolcow and a liar to them. They openly have said this now. It's a viper's nest, not a single friendly hand to be found. Be careful if you really plan to.
No. Not a hand that would kiss your butt and just let you get off on this bullshit.
Hard. They claim to have only gone through half the questions that they have for you. Okay? They can't wait to eviscerate you again. The only thing that comes out of this is that now you've kind of validated that maybe they create.
And this is the problem. He's believing whoever it's Snorlax King. He's believing one of them.
You think it's Snorlax
Chris
King?
Chilled says, DSP is completely full of himself. Well, except for his hair.
No! You can't with that. Leave him alone. The man's having problems.
All right, how far back are we? We are about 15 minutes back. I gotta change the source real quick, y'all. It's about 14 minutes back. Yeah, so we can get this rocking.
No.
Yeah.
I just saw it's all fake.
Dude, yeah.
You're talking about bankruptcy!
Oh, yeah, dude. Sorry, we gotta change the source real quick, y'all. Because I gotta two-time this.
Oh, yeah. Jordan, him complaining and then shifting over to, look, I beat this scrub. It's horrible. The perfect examples is, look at the skeleton guy, where he was complaining about losing, and then he's just like, oh, I beat this guy, and he put it up like, oh, and it was bad.
Why was the quality so bad?
Why would the quality be so good?
Is neutral. There you go. Okay. All right. That's an email I get during my first stream today. No,
Shut
I didn't write
up.
that. It's from a fan. Well, actually, I guess the person said I'm not even a big fan.
He's a big
Right?
fan.
So anyway, I hear all this, right? And basically, as I'm reading this, I'm like, dude, I got to see this stream for myself. I have to now. Like, I have to watch this for myself. I can't believe this is what I'm hearing, but why would people be saying this if this was not true? Okay.
So I popped in, I heard 5 minutes, and they were insulting me. And
So I announced
left.
during my first stream, the late stream tonight, I said this on
never
Twitter,
mind.
and I said this on, posted
Oh,
on my
never
channel.
mind.
My late stream tonight will no longer be gameplay. Instead, I'm going to watch this.
Why do you have to go
we're gonna
here?
watch this together, and we're going to see, for ourselves. Oh, here it's playing now. We're going to see for ourselves if everything that's been said is true.
He's so old. What a monkey.
There you go. So I announced this. So now it's public
He's
that I'm
so
doing this,
old.
okay? So I go downstairs to have dinner. My wife is pissed. She's very upset. I say, what's going on?
This is what did it. This is what did it.
Have
He
no
talked to
fear.
Cat.
The DoorDash is
Hopefully nothing's happening bad in the house. She says, oh no, but I saw that you announced that you're going to watch their show from this morning. Did you watch it? I said, no, I haven't seen it yet. He said, oh, I did. She was not happy. And she only watched maybe 10, 15 minutes of it.
Yeah, this is
What
happening.
does she have to say about it?
This is happening right now, Triton. This is why we did it. It's happening literally right here.
I saw it.
The DoorDash meme is Phil and Kat spend like $200 a week on DoorDash. That's the meme.
And that's the truth. But she goes, I watched it. No, you didn't. You watched 10, 15 minutes of it.
Imagine going into the movies, watching 10, 15 minutes of it, walking out and going, I hated it. Like, what?
She's like, literally, it's a shooting gallery against you. Like, literally, it's just, they're just 100% reading every super chat. And everyone is a detractor.
They're appreciative of the super chats they're getting, and every one of them was not a detractor.
Detractor. And they're laughing at you, and they're making fun of you.
Was that email fake?
Yes.
And
Yes.
he wrote it himself after Kat said this
Yes.
to him.
Neo Arcadia
Cool.
says, what's funny is that Keemstar offered Phil $50,000 to start a podcast a long time ago with Wings of Redemption and Biggie 2988 to make more money long term. He said he was too busy.
Yeah, no, he wanted to control that situation. Call me when I say so.
Yep.
Even though he'll take 6 minutes every other stream. Just like, guys, I just gotta go to the bathroom real quick. Oh no.
Somebody gets on Twitter to Stuttering Craig goes, he's in on you guys right now. And Craig just goes, I don't care. I hope he gets the help he needs.
And in the aftermath, they were like, we all just want what's best for Phil on a human level.
Entire show. And I was like, wow, that is shocking to me, again, because I was led to believe these guys were
Again,
going to be
just
legit,
believing
right?
somebody what they
And
said.
Apparently, this is not it. This is not what it was
Hey,
supposed to be.
I'm looking at the
I was supposed
memes.
to
Don't
just
worry.
Be treated fairly. Now, fairly, if you want me to be an objective, right? That means
Objective.
you're going to listen to answers, but you're not going to do this show after. You're going to, okay, listen, now you judge for yourself, and maybe you ask for 5-10 minutes on your show. What do you guys think? Here's what we think. Okay, moving on. It's a topic for later. He's going to be on again, right? Great. Okay. Now, that's not where it ends, ladies and gentlemen. Because as I said, I was still fully intending that tonight we were going to sit here, we were going to react to this, which we still
Money.
might do.
Say the word
But
money.
there's a
Say the
new
word my
update,
family.
ladies and gentlemen. If you remember, I told you that I emailed Craig last night at 6:18 p.m. saying,
Oh,
I
he didn't
received
talk about the
offer
response
from
to the
sending
email.
The evidence of my innocence. All I needed to know was how often he checked his email. So I'd be sure if I'm going to send this to him, he's going to check it, he's going to see it, see the evidence, and delete it right away. Right? And by the way, I already said, I know probably this won't change public opinion, but at least then you'll believe me. Right? He emails me back. Are you ready for this one? Are you ready for this? I don't think I was ready for this one when I read it. You ready for this? Here's a response I got at 5:45 p.m. today, 2 hours ago. I think the show went okay yesterday. We talked about it at length on today's show as a debrief. That's what he called it, a debrief.
Yeah.
You shitting on me for 2.5 hours is a debrief.
Shut up.
Interesting. My debrief was saying, you guys did a great job interviewing
Shut
me,
up.
defending you
I'm
for 2 hours
better
against
than
my
you.
fans. That was my debrief. And then also apologizing to someone who I harmed in my past and apologizing publicly to Review Tech USA. That was my debrief from the show. Your debrief was a 2.5 hour...
No, I sped it up so we can get closer to the catch up.
I think we all left the interview mentally exhausted and feeling incredibly frustrated. At the end of the day, we want what's best for you. The things that are laid out about everything, the WWE mobile game, the bank stuff, it doesn't make sense. There's too much evidence saying it's yours, and your
One
only
True
evidence
King
is you saying
says,
it's not.
Who is Phil looking at? His eyes are darting constantly, and he's constantly looking around like there's an audience behind the camera.
Thank you, Hope, for the member bomb. Anybody can accept it if they wish. Or don't.
You can just go up to the little icon up there and hit allow gifts, and you'll probably get it.
I'm going to address that in a second. I feel like we give you multiple opportunities to turn this around, but you seem so dug in, even in the face of insanely detailed evidence. You wouldn't take
There
it.
you go.
Even
Jordan
with Keemstar
accepted
coming
one.
on, I tried to lay out similarities you feel towards him and the way people feel about you based on things they've seen online, and it was tough. Like, that's not even a point.
I'm sorry. What?
It has nothing to do with anything. Having Keemstar
What
on
a
the show.
bum.
Gavin grabbed one. Neo grabbed one.
Honestly, I'm disappointed. Like I said, we want what's best for you. We
What a
very much do.
bum.
You have to help yourself. When you're ready to take that step, I'll gladly help you on your journey. You deserve to get to level 2. I know you can do it. What does that sound like to you?
What a
Dude.
bum.
What does that sound like to you? What a bum.
Legitimately, this is tough love stuff.
Yes.
You weren't receptive to us just kind of finagling the things we wanted to say. Now we just gotta say it in your face and hope for the best.
That sound like a neutral party? That email proves that he went into it with 100% preconceived notions of what the truth was, based on talking to detractors.
No, he said he
Ian
knew
Spice
nothing
says,
about Phil.
Now you got to watch his stuff after the interview.
Craig legitimately said during the interview, "Oh, you can't see anything when you're doing your O face and stuff." He had never seen that clip.
Wait a second. Wait. Ah, it's gone. But wait, right there. Those lines on his face, dude, those look like Itachi's lines. It's right there.
Right? I will give you full disclosure. I will give you absolutely full disclosure here because I want to be fair. After about a week of him directly...
Admiral Akbar.
He emailed me once, and he said, what would you like to see?
Rue.
Or, excuse me, let's try that again. I misspoke. What would you like me to see? Right? He says, what would you like me to see
if
before
we
your
can
interview?
still keep
And
up.
I sent him my react
Yeah.
I think
to
that's a
my
little
Down the
too
Rabbit Hole
fast.
video.
Really?
Right, from last year.
Okay.
Which really covers my days of Street Fighter, my early days as a YouTuber, all the way through 2017. Covers it all.
I'm
And I
used to
reacted
learning
it.
at that speed, so
And I essentially said, listen, I'm sorry for a lot of the wrong things I did. I admit that they were wrong. Here's some real bad misconceptions about a lot of that. Okay? So I
Pause.
said-
So we got both sides of the stories. Phil, what do you want me to watch? And now detractors, what do y'all want me to watch?
And he's mad that he was talking to them.
How is that? That's literally the most neutral thing that you could possibly do.
that video because I wanted to basically give him an idea of how there's been a ridiculous amount of misconceptions about me on the internet. And when I address them fairly, you see how they kind of, at least make sense. Not to say that I'm infallible.
He looks so
mistakes, but
tired.
At the same time, I'm changing for the better, which they laughed at during the show yesterday, by the way. Oh, change, you're changing.
But because you said you were done with that racist, and then you did a racist.
I hate. Don't talk about what they said without seeing it.
Yeah, it's called human evolution. Do you not understand that someone today is not someone last year, is not someone 5 years ago, is not someone 10 years ago? It's a constant struggle to improve yourself. When you make a mistake, you admit you made the mistake, and you move on.
All right,
But
Jordan,
if you keep making
have a
mistakes,
good
you
one.
find out
Yeah.
it's a different thing.
No one
And
needs to be here. This
I
is
have
going to be a
I was
late one.
laughing
Agreed.
About change and everything. Ha ha ha. Right? So anyway, this email, essentially what this email says to me. All right. Now keep in mind, the last email I had to him was, man, I'm glad you guys made a lot of money, and I would like to actually send you the evidence of my innocence, but I need to know how often you check the email because, I want to be sure that you're going to get it and delete it right away. Did you hear a response to that anywhere in his email?
No, because in the video they said it's too late. They need it live now.
Did you mention it? No. Do you want to know why? Because he already
Mean
believes that
Spice
I'm guilty.
says, in his
He went
case, it
into
is
the interview
devolution.
believing I was guilty. 100%.
No, he believes it now.
Had a preconceived. He talked to detractors for 2 weeks. Some of them who he likes, because I hate to tell you this, I really feel like he loves.
He's looking at a stream
he absolutely
chat on the
loves,
left.
It's a Gundam, right? He loves It's a Gundam.
What are
He
you
laughs
basing
at It's
this
a
on?
Gundam. He thinks it's funny.
What are you basing this on?
mentioning It's a Gundam. All right.
'Cause that's one of the biggest
over the past
people.
couple of weeks that It's a Gundam is a troll of Dark Side Phil. So it's obvious he watches his content and shit, right?
No, he
Okay,
knows
so you're
about
making
him.
assumptions.
You know about him.
Of all the detractors, what's the first clip that they played in the interview and then they ran out of time? It's a Gundam. He's a fanboy of, right? So anyway, he just
Dude, it's over. There will never be another
It's
interview.
dead.
Ever.
No, there'll never be another interview with another single person ever again.
Ever.
The interviews are dead. Not just with him, with anybody.
talking with these guys for weeks and weeks and weeks. And all he's listened to is them. I got an honest question. For creators.
Then why did he ask for you for your...
How many fans have you talked to? How many people actually watch my content on a daily basis?
He asked you directly
Would
what
actually
to
tell you
watch.
Why they tune into my content? Wouldn't it have been fascinating to talk to someone and say, hey, why do you like Phil despite all the hate against him?
Pause.
Why?
Why didn't your fans come to him on Twitter like the detractors did?
You know what? That's a good point. Why didn't they rally support behind Phil?
Maybe you should ask your people that.
Do you believe the hate? What do you think? Right? Did they do any of that? No, they talked to every detractor. They literally
They ain't talk to us.
people who benefit the absolute 100% most from me being the villain. And that's all they talked to.
I'm no
Right?
villain.
There was no evidence they ever went out and actually gave me a fair shake. At all.
Literally
it was
asked.
just detractor. Because all the detractor questions we have to ask Phil, and then say, hey, Phil, what would you like to watch? Or what would you like to watch?
Victim.
Watch the Down the Rabbit.
Victim.
That's it. That's not a fair take.
No, it's
Like,
not.
you have
Phil.
9
No, they asked you what you want to watch. You gave them one thing. You didn't go, hey, here's this. Here's me responding to the hate, the 7 years of slander to show. There's so many clips of you. There's so much stuff about you. You're one of the most prolific YouTubers of all time, correct? Why did you give them a single video of yourself to show what you're about? And you know what? That one video probably equaled up to 300% of the time they had to spend watching clips of you be a piece of garbage.
9% information from over here, 1% information from over here. Ask me questions.
Hey, how about the time? How long was it? That slavery clip was like 40 seconds.
Told you I can't show you the stuff, right? I'm not going to show you my bank statements or whatever. And a lot of the questions they asked me, I'm going to be honest, were completely unprofessional because they weren't prepared for the question.
They asked.
How were they unprofessional when he just said that it was completely fair?
He was blowing them less than 10 hours ago.
An example here. When they're on a show and you say, Phil, tell us about the $5,000 of business expenses a month. What $5,000 of business expenses?
The 5,000 business expenses that you claim on your bankruptcy. You did it.
Where does it go? And then they expanded on it. Phil, you're talking about personal expenses. This is your bankruptcy. You said you spend $5,000 a month on expenses. Where is that?
Well, you know, the ones that everyone knows about. What are you talking about? I want to know what is. Are you talking about from
Pause.
my bankruptcy?
Oh, this is not how it happened.
Bankruptcy is literally public records. They can go there and see what you've done.
He frowned and said, "We hereby sub you, Dritz the drag down."
Hey, Phil, I tell you like I tell Lily, if everyone says you're the bad guy, you might be the bad guy. If everyone betrays you, maybe you're the problem.
Thank you for the super
Oh,
chat.
yeah.
Thank
is
you
that
for
what
the
it is?
super
Is it
chat,
is that what it
soul.
is? Yeah, it's from the. You know, I need to know. What are you talking about? Right? And ultimately, they couldn't even answer the question.
They did!
Well, from
You
what-
didn't understand
Is this
it!
something that's listed for my tax return? Is this something that's listed on a generic form that was filled out, that was read off by the judge during the bankruptcy hearing? I don't even know what you're talking about. How can I answer a question? I've heard that thrown around a million times. $5,000 a month of business expenses. I don't know. I never saw.
You
that.
should know!
When I went into
Pause.
bankruptcy-
Especially considering in that public, in that recorded line, he was just like, "Can you itemize your $5,000 in business expense per month?" And he said, "I already did. It's there." He said it, recorded that he did it.
proceeding. I went in, okay? And what did I do? I gave them all the information they needed. My bankruptcy attorney filled it all out properly with all the data. We went in.
Pause.
It was presented
Except for the fact that you filled out the fact that you didn't have a pet, and it was like, "Yeah, we could just fix that later."
to the bankruptcy people, right? Yes, that was, I guess, a public-facing forum that was presented. And apparently somewhere in there, apparently one of the detractors say it says something about $5,000 in business expenses. Ladies and gentlemen, never ever have I spent $5,000 on just video games in 1 month. That's insane. I don't know where that number comes from.
This is
not a bankruptcy
perjury.
attorney. I'm not a tax attorney. I'm not a judge.
No, it's not.
Who stamped
Pause.
my bank.
It's not perjury, because didn't you hear what he just said? I've never spent $5,000 on video games. He didn't say on business expenses. He said, "I've never spent it on video games."
Okay, so internet, all this.
No, he just cleared himself. Now people will believe him. Now people will, just like you, react to the fact that I've never spent $5,000, and you didn't hear the rest, where he said quite clearly on video games, and that's where it comes
That's
from.
that 2% of wiggle room.
Bankruptcy.
Scam.
I got to know where that number came from. No, I don't have $5,000 in business expenses every month.
Oh,
Whoops.
never mind.
Whoops!
Oh, never
Oh,
mind. That's
whoops!
perjury. Oh, that's perjury.
Oh, whoops! Dude, this dude is perjured himself!
A wee woo. A wee woo. That's the cops coming to get him.
I don't know. Okay?
That is
I can tell you,
factually
it was 100%
perjury.
kosher according to the bankruptcy judge. Because again,
No, they just let it go. They didn't look at the itemization. They were boomers and didn't understand that it wasn't feasible to spend $5,000 a month on business expenses when you play video games for a living.
He's watching it.
because the trolls were harassing everyone involved with that bankruptcy so badly, I had to go in and I had to do, just listen to this, hours and hours and hours of work.
But you don't know what the itemized 5K is? When asked?
What does this have to do with the Side Scrollers podcast?
Explaining away all the transactions that I did related to my business, not even related to my, like I was explaining everything so they would understand all of it. This is not something they have to do with anyone else. But because so many people were basically contacting the bankruptcy judge and saying,
How do you know how
"Phil's a liar,
bankruptcy
Phil's a
goes?
fraud, all this. I had to go through all this. It was insanely stressful. It was one of the most complicated bankruptcies probably they've ever done. All right? Certainly was the only one where someone
So things might slip through the cracks.
called in and impersonated one of my debtors. All right? Certainly.
Yeah, that
Okay.
happened.
There's nothing in there.
But the point is, yeah, I mean,
So,
the question
perfect.
is, explain the $5,000. Okay, what $5,000? They never
Perjury.
even got around
This
to
is
explaining what it
perjury,
meant.
dude.
So I try to say, I don't know. Is it maybe the mortgage? Is it, because I don't know, because my
This is
house is also where I
perjury.
work out
This
of.
is-
Is it medical expenses? I don't know.
He's gonna get done.
Why would you ask me this question? That's a stupid question.
Because you
to
did it
ask
in a
someone in an
bankruptcy.
interview. Like, I'm going to have the answers to this question. But to them, that's a valid
Who
question.
else would have the answers, Phil? if
Other
not
than you.
So I answered it, right? You know, and some of the other...
Gotta get the paper.
I actually... The thing is with these bank statements, all right? I talked about it today on my show earlier. I'll talk about it again. You can say there's all this circumstantial evidence that says it's yours. Correct. And you can also say there's circumstantial evidence that's not mine.
Like what?
Like the fact that there's all these transactions that are crazy big transactions for pets when I have one cat. One freaking
And
cat.
you go to the pet store every single week.
Yes.
For what?
Yeah. You shouldn't need to do that for one pet.
Not 10, not 20, not 100 dogs. I have one cat. How am I spending like $100 a week on pet supplies? What am I buying him? Golden pet fucking cat food? Like, what are you talking about, right?
I
That's
think it was
just
like
as circumstantial
60,
to prove
70.
my innocence as the things that prove my guilt. I already said it.
That's
again.
one thing, Phil. Then you gotta realize the Burger King.
The Burger King is emphatic
it's the
proof.
one thing. It's just like, okay, so that lines up with enough money for a meal for 2 people. It's on the exact same day. What are we doing here?
He started reacting to it. Here's the thing. Okay, so we're 20 minutes behind. Do we want to just keep going, or do y'all want us to catch up and watch him do the video? And I'll put it as a poll, and then we'll. What do you want to do?
We could catch up and then go back if we need to.
All right.
Cause he's just yammering. I say go back to the beginning
Yes.
of.
Okay.
Correct. It's 100% truth that this happens all the time.
Oh, he's been here
We're
for
making
so
jokes, we're
long.
rocking back and
He
forth.
never left.
On the show, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. So they talk about the guests, and then here we go.
Face Off Monday, guys, and Darth Call, Porter Black Garrett, Flodzilla, Andreas
All right, so it doesn't do with anything.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the show.
Well, I'm covering Adam's face, and there's nothing I can do about that.
TK Gamebox says, side scrollers.
Literally nothing. I can't move myself to the center.
For any support. Well, I appreciate that, TJ, and I'm sure we'll be in touch very soon for sure. Jason came in as a member for 5 months. Says, also, if you're on the Patreon, make sure to fill out the survey for the side scrollers feud.
All right, so let's skip ahead.
Oh, but that's all they talked about.
Again, for the interview yesterday, definitely a new fan in me. Let's go. Rise.
Oh, Rise FM. Yeah, he's a troll. I recognize the name.
One day at a time, baby. One day at a time.
How does he know?
Joe came in. Says, props to you guys, Adam and Craig, for the interview yesterday. You guys were
Toxic Crusaders game. All right, cool.
Pause.
Touch forward.
How was that? Wait a second. Where was the laughter? Where was them just doing anything? It's just them reading people's names. They don't know that this is a troll. This is just somebody that gave them money.
Evan, what's up, dog?
Says,
All right, no, this is
for
legit.
the
Okay,
hidden
that's
work-
Infidelis. He's a normal fan. Let's actually, they're still not talking about it.
Oh, but every chat was a buh.
Let's get to the actual part.
Side scrollers need that.
Oh, there
money.
you go.
They really do.
Dark
Pay
Seed
the
to
bill,
flow.
the electric bill, the internet bill. All true. All true.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Not wrong at all. Not wrong. Look at this.
What was wrong with what they just did?
Nothing. That's why he can't say anything.
Anatard, Lord of Derps.
What? What you got, Phil?
Name to
Yeah, just shake your hand.
add.
Because
Okay.
Oh, you knocked it out.
You knocked it out. Look, how did I knock it out?
Nah. With your spastic movements.
Eyebrow stuff. There we go.
Says, great job with the East Coast Italian style interview.
yeah, shout out to Keem for jumping on, and honestly,
Shout out to Keem for jumping on in an interview he had absolutely nothing to do with and derailing it completely because he added nothing to it. But then he promoted his product.
Pause. You allowed him to come on.
You said
they
yes.
asked you, would you like him on? You said, yeah, sure. You could have said, no, he has nothing to do with this. And they would not have allowed him on. Because when he came on, they went, oh, Phil said that he don't want to be here with you so long as you're here. So we got to let you go. If Keem was just like, all right, cool. And they let him go.
Okay, why are they giving a shout out to Keemstar? Because Keemstar got them even more attention. When Keem showed up, all of a sudden even more people jumped on, and they want that notoriety now. They think, oh, he said Keemstar was on our show. Keemstar was on the show because of me. Keemstar doesn't know who you are and never would have been on the show if it wasn't me on your show.
Groove.
Shout out to Keemstar. Okay.
being really respectful. Like I don't know when Craig
He needs to move it to the center. It's
This is
pissing me off.
disgusting.
was like, oh, we got a special guest. Is it okay?
Can I move
And
my
it's
camera
I
down
was
here?
like, oh shit.
Yes, thank you.
It's gonna go south because I felt like the whole time, it was tense. Like it was a tense interview. I wasn't letting off the steam the whole time.
You want to know what the funny part is? It wasn't tense at all. Like for me, it was a normal day. Like seriously, didn't you hear at the end of the interview? I was like, let's keep going. I was like, let's just keep going.
It was
I'm
tense
fine.
for them.
But they were like, nah, we gotta eat and shit. I was like, nah, let's keep going. We didn't answer all the questions that you guys I know that people want answered. For me, it was fine.
So you wanted
Yeah, I
to
mean,
go
for them, it
9.
was tense,
Cool.
right?
It's just not who I am. But then Keem came on and he said, I'll be respectful in private chat. And like he said,
The Keem stuff was tense.
It was actually really cool.
Ain't no way. He said nobody would know who you are if it wasn't for me.
For sure.
That was the most calm I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Justin,
Nothing about that, Phil. Nothing about how the fact that he was respectful and didn't yell at you or call you any kind of names or nothing. Really, Phil? Honestly? That's why he had to just rock up and just like, he had to make it all about him because he can't It'd be like, he was mad disrespectful. I was being calm. No, y'all were both having a calm conversation, but you were just like, no, he had to butt himself in.
Actual liars will often admit to part of their
Just listen to
accusations,
this.
not the whole thing. In order to appear honest, Phil was doing that all day.
Yes, because the accusations that get thrown at me by detractors are partially true, and then they take a part of that and turn it into something that's not, and that's how they claim oh, don't you see that the evidence is that this
Based
part
upon
was
what,
true,
Phil?
So the whole statement must be
Like
true.
what?
No,
Like what?
Half of it was true.
Like
What
what?
half?
You made up the other half, but
Which
somehow
part?
the whole statement's true.
Which
That's
part?
what they do.
What? How did they do? When did they do?
Always made up shit about me all
Always.
For example, and I
Oh.
know people say, well, this one's already been disproven. Of course, but it's a great example.
Escort.
Story.
God!
Someone flew in to visit me. Yes, was it true that we made brownies together?
I
Yes.
love that they
This,
said that
But
the
don't you
detractors
think
are the
it's
ones
true?
that found
Yeah.
out.
And you turn it to the half that's not true. Oh, well, it
Can
was an
you,
escort
can
that
you just go ahead and
paid for to fly in that can't be disproven, or I can't. Phil will admit to someone, no, I admit to what's actually 100% believing that everything was true.
Thing that
So of course they're gonna think that it's all I'm lying constantly, right?
I think that's one of those things that we were talking about body language before the show.
Body language.
People's body language, and most of the time when I was talking to the camera.
pause. Go back. Go back to when he said body language and look at his lip.
Believing that everything.
I think that's one of those things that we were talking about body language before the show.
Body language.
People's body language, and most of the time when.
Why did that's something. That's some. I am one of the farthest people away from a body language analysis. But that's something. You don't just go body language and then do some kind of tell. It's like in L.A. Noir. Let's go. I'm not lying.
Just start tugging their collar.
You look
What's the problem,
suspicious, sir.
Copper?
Do I? Auga.
I was talking to the camera and not necessarily looking at the screen itself. So I wasn't. It's different when you talk to somebody in person and you can read how they're looking, how they're interacting, if they're leaning back, if they're leaning forward, read their body language. But it's a lot different when it's online because I'm looking here, whereas I'd have to be looking here if I was looking at Phil the entire time. And if I'm doing that, I'm not. So I'll be interested to kind of take a look to see how.
What's funny is someone just said you look visibly distressed. You were rocking a bit. I literally rock every single day on my stream because, as you know,
You see how he had to start rocking, just like, look, I rock.
One of my streams that I'm rocking.
Back and
Everyone
forth on the
criticize
XY
me for it.
axis.
You sit still, right?
Tip him.
Yes, correct. It's 100% truth that this happens all the time. If you make jokes of it, rocking back and forth, that's a meme, correct? So yeah, but outside of that, it was pretty much normal. Except after you're sitting there for a few hours and there hasn't been a bathroom break or nothing, and your legs are feeling tense. Yeah, you're gonna feel like shit, but I still pushed through it. I was ready to go further. Body language. No, body
Tip
language
me
is a
so
tell.
I can
For
catch up
example,
on
you
back
ask me a tough
taxes.
question, and immediately before I answer the question, I'm like going like this. Oh, oh man. Oh,
Make
so
it
I'm racking my
large.
brain for an answer.
Backs.
Did that ever happen? I mean, I don't.
Funding chargebacks.
That would be body language.
And my
Not
laugh
because he was,
sounds
constantly
like
moving.
act,
I don't know.
act.
And once,
Act.
as you said, Travis, the body language experts kind of get a hold of everything.
Who?
Yeah, it's gonna be fascinating. I'll just say. I love watching.
Somebody's already working on it, Phil.
The Wandering Travel Blog says on a scale of 99% to 100%.
There you go.
Oh.
How sure are you that?
Because you're just joking about they don't believe that the account is not mine, right?
About himself.
Oh, he skipped it! This coward pussy cuck skipped it! What a piece of garbage! Cowardly piece of shit! What the fuck? No fucking way did he just skip that!
Yeah, he had to.
You couldn't just sit there and listen? Oh, they brought up the account, run away!
He had to.
You piece of holy crap!
He had to.
He skipped what? This was the question. On a scale of 99% to 100%, how sure are you that the DSP is the owner of the Down from the Raptors account, also under $1,000 hilarious? He went, they're just talking about and joking about that. I'm not going to listen to it.
The Wandering Travel Blog says on a scale of 99% to 100%.
There you go. This is nothing. I just
how
skipped
sure
this
are you
one.
that?
Because
This is nothing.
That the account is not mine, right?
About himself, like all of his
All right.
personal
Oh, wait.
expenses that no one cared about, no one talked about, and like talk about his
Hang
wife's
on.
restraining order.
Unless he did it earlier?
To 100%. How sure are you that DSP is the owner of the Down from the Raptors account? Also, under $1,000, hilarious. I mean, I'm 100% sure.
I think it's his. Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It's so weird that he was willing to, like, expose more information about himself, like all of his personal expenses that no one cared about, no one talked about, and like talk about his wife's restraining order, which he seemed very apprehensive at first to talk about. Before the show, he didn't want to talk about it, and then he said, he's like, fuck it, I'll talk about this. And then, but like, you're not going to just show your username on a mobile app, or not even to the public world, Craig, in a private email for him to be like, okay, it's not him, everyone. You know what I mean? Like, really?
I think
that?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It was fucking weird.
So that
you could not survive.
That was attached to the Review Tech USA tweet, where Review Tech said, "You read my mind about DSP and the WWE Champions thing," and then Phil responded to that.
Yeah.
So he saw that clip.
Oh yeah.
And he's just like, "No, I'm just gonna skip that."
Infuriating.
Which he seemed very apprehensive at first to talk about before.
You know what? And people always get on us for our format of Revisited. Imagine us just being able to do that. Just go, nah, the next 2 minutes we're not going to listen to your argument.
Hear him talk about Killua.
The show, he didn't want to talk about it. And then he said, he's like, fuck it, I'll talk about this. And then, but like, you're not going to just show your username on a...
He told me to do it. Wow, what a disingenuous asshole he's being.
Leo Luster says, so is Philip pride or gluttony?
Pride.
Gluttony.
I'm going
no,
pride.
avarice.
I'm going pride.
I'm going avarice. But between those two, I'm going gluttony.
Or wrath.
Wrath is good. He's not lust. Greed. It's massively strong.
He's being a 100% disingenuous asshole because you guys didn't know what happened before the show. Before the show, we were talking about exactly, what'll be brought up. And they said, what are things that, are off the table or whatever? And I was like, nothing. And they were like, well, we're not going to bring up anything with your wife. And I was like, but why not? People talk shit about my wife. They talk about shit about how we met. They say horrible, horrible things about me and her, all the time. Why not bring it up? And that motherfucker right there said to me, then bring it up. He's like, he's like, well, for example, what? And I told him the story. He's like, well, then you know what? Bring it up. His exact words were, bring it up because I hate shit like that. I hate to hear shit like that. And the truth should come out then. You told me to talk about it.
No. You offered to talk about it. They offered not to talk about it. You said, no, let's talk about it. And they said, okay, if you want to talk about it. And it's funny. And now he's saying, it's funny that you were willing to do that, but you couldn't show the account.
That's the thing, Phil.
This guy is pissing me off.
Because he feels like he's slighted and he's in the right. My wife.
I'm sorry for asking so many questions, but DSP wife has a restraining order against him. No. So thank you for the super chat, but no. Phil said that Cat's ex had a restraining order on him because he used to beat her. There's no evidence of it, but Michigan law does not allow for public, you can just easily find that type of thing. But there's no proof of that right now. It could come out that was actually what was happening.
100% could come out. But all we have right now is Phil's word. And this has not been said for some 5 years that she's been with him.
On a mobile app? Or not even to the public world, Craig? In a private email for him to be like, okay, it's not him, everyone. You know what I mean?
And I already explained in this show why. Because just showing you any screen grab doesn't mean anything.
My family.
You have to corroborate that it's real. So what I was going to do, because I didn't...
If he did it right there...
I was going to say, okay, if he really wants to be serious about it, I'm going to send him not only the screen grab from WWE Champions, I'm going to show that it's the same account I use in other games, all the same name. All with, everything on them. And I was going to show him my app.
Why couldn't he screen cap you? I'll screen cap that wrestler, the time, the date, and just to be like, this is what it is.
So you'll see this is my account there. Give me 3 wrestlers. Here's the 3 screen grabs, and give me the name.
And here's the time. Look, I'm not such a mastermind that I could take R-Truth, Hulk Hogan, and John Cena at all different points of time and then just spoof that as well. No, it is 4:45 and all of these 3 in time.
What a number to pick, huh?
No!
Okay, literally lines up. Boom, 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 boom. That's what I was gonna show.
yeah, he spent allegedly over 100K in
You're
champion.
gonna send it? Yeah, I'm gonna send it. No, he literally didn't do it. That was already. He doesn't want to see it.
You didn't do it. Why would they believe that you were gonna do it if you were so wishy-washy? I'll think about it. Hey, just send me a
Maybe.
screenshot and I'll instantly delete it just so we can say in front of these 3,000 people or whatever that he is not. I'll think about it. Well, I'm definitely not gonna do it now, but I'll think about it later. It's like, oh, this bastard ain't gonna do it.
That's correct.
Version of the game that
That's not even his first completed game.
Okay, but Phil, you gotta listen to what he's saying. He's saying that you said that I was addicted to this other game, but I'm not addicted to this game. I was addicted to alcohol, but I'm no longer addicted to alcohol. I can drink it casual. It's like it don't make sense.
It's like saying I was addicted to gin, but now I drink vodka. It's alcohol that you're addicted to. It doesn't matter the game. So now you're like, no, you're still an alcoholic, Phil. No, you're wrong.
You showcase that you can be addicted to a mobile game.
Yes.
But for some reason, this one just ain't it. This one's the casual one.
Style games, and this completely different games. Wrong. Just because it's WWE, it's not the same game. But yeah, I mean, so I'm admitting to the actual thing I did wrong, which is where the whole meme came from. The meme of the WWE Champions thing came from the fact that there's documented evidence on the internet. I used to play WWE Supercard. I used to post up about it. Same thing with Dokkan Battle. I used to play it and post up about it, like on Twitter and shit. I would post up, look what I just got. Look at this pull. So obviously that's 100% documented stuff. Yes, I did it. That's the truth. Why would, of course I'm going to admit to what I did. What do you think I'm going to do? What are you, stupid?
No, you deny things you did.
I was addicted to, but I had a problem, but I beat that addiction and I'm good now. Like, it's fine. Like, come on, dude. Really?
What do you mean? What about it? What about it? Because people don't ever improve or change? Never.
Okay, you can't just improve from an addiction.
Yes.
You can't just wake up one day and go, I am not addicted, so I will just drink alcohol casually now.
I was addicted to meth, but now I just do meth every now and again.
Never actually overcome problems in their life. That's apparently.
No, without seeking help, it's harder to overcome a problem.
And you're also doing the thing still.
And you're still in the middle. It's going to AA with a flask in your pocket. Going, well, it's not the 40 I used to drink, so what's the problem?
I used to be 240 pounds. Now I'm just over 200. I overcame that problem in my life. I used to be a raging alcoholic where every night I used to drink myself into a stupor.
But Phil.
Leo Luster says, God, and now the Street Fighter mobile game is out, and they got like $50 to $100 max for just one.
Oh, he's already
character in
admitted
Battle Pass.
he's already admitted to spending money on that. Only $10 or $15, don't worry, but he's already admitted to it. Phil, it would be like if you got a parasite from eating food and you lost all that weight. And then you just kept eating the same foods the same amount of time. It's like, well, you never got over your crippling food addiction. You just had a parasite that was ravaging your body. But I lost weight. That's what you're saying to me, Phil.
Right? And then...
No, wrong.
No, right.
Wrong.
I stopped doing that shit. Like, how are you gonna?
You literally have not stopped doing it. You admitted spending on Street Fighter.
Let's
now.
recap the situation. I did nothing wrong. Okay. Tell me people have changed over time and get better. If you admit your faults from the past and you overcome them, that's something that should be applauded, not criticized. Or
no, they're saying they don't believe an addict can just wake up, still do the thing they're addicted to, but now they can just do it casually.
Now they're not addicted to it anymore.
John Moxley said no more alcohol. He went to rehab for a month, and now he drinks non-alcoholic beer. He does not consume alcohol, period. He doesn't go, well, I was drinking a lot of gin, but I can booze it up. It's cool. He does not drink alcohol.
Addiction don't work like
it
that.
It does not work. He is such a stupid man.
You don't put yourself in a position to get that stimuli.
Oh, no one can ever improve. This is the same guy on the show who's laughing when I say, well, I'm changing now. I'm trying to be better. Ha, 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 ha. No, it's not funny.
It is funny because you haven't.
Change for the better.
It's your username.
I think that's, I think it shouldn't be lost that we greatly appreciate Phil coming on the show and being so open about things.
And then that should be it. We greatly appreciate it. All right, let's move on.
And now we can never talk about it again.
Major props for staying the whole time. Like honestly, I was shocked, and I said this to him. I don't know if we were still live.
Oh, I love how he skipped over that, but he's not skipping. Oh, they're just praising me. I don't.
Before I dipped out after I said this, I was like, bro, like props for staying. Like you got some major balls for like dealing with stern interviewers because like we didn't go easy on
which is
him
what I
at
was
all
there for.
yesterday.
And the reason I stayed is because I'm telling the truth. Do you think if? I mean, no, really.
No,
Okay, now we got.
you're telling your truth. Your truth is, I didn't know that I was a little black girl. I wasn't looking at race.
But the truth is, it's racist.
Hold on one fucking second here. If
Full
someone
screen.
is guilty, why the fuck would they stick around for 5.5 hours?
Look at
Criminals
all
come
these
back to crime scenes all the time. They literally come back.
Dude, there are interviews with interrogations where they sit there without a lawyer for hours and hours on end.
Yeah, come on. Check everything. I've got nothing to hide.
Literally, Muff is making bank off of doing interview analysis for this exact thing, Phil. When people know that they've cut the hands off of Muff and they just like, nah, I wasn't there. The knife is in your hand. This is another knife.
Said, yeah, I pulled the trigger, but I didn't know it had bullets in it.
Directly to jail.
Are you crazy? Why would they even agree to the interview? Why would they do it?
To put out their narrative and try to clear their name, just like people interviewing with no lawyer. Just like people going, yes, you can search my home or my car. Just to be like, well, if I had something to hide, I wouldn't let you search it.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
It makes perfect sense.
That's what I mean. Like, that's why for so long, people said Phil would never do the interview, right? Never. He would never do it. And I said, fine, eventually I'm going to fucking do it because I had enough of this shit. I had people saying this about me.
Should Phil have done the interview? Knowing everything we know after the fact.
In a universe where it didn't turn out like this, or this universe?
This universe.
No, absolutely not.
Should have stayed in the bubble.
Constantly. I'm going to do it. So I sit for 5.5 hours. Oh, just guilty. Like, what? What do you think I was there for? Why do you think I could take it? Why do you think I could take it for so long?
He clearly had issues with, and to have it, he didn't come in here thinking like, all right, I'm gonna have to deal with talking to Keemstar as well.
Yeah, because that was a waste of everyone's time.
Everyone's time.
And he stayed, and it's like, you know what? All right, dude can take some punches. So,
yeah, out of you guys.
He's loving his blowjob. No skipping this.
Disgusting.
Did all of you think he would leave early or leave at some point? Because I did.
No.
Whoa.
Phil is an
screwed up.
interesting dude, right? He's an interesting dude in that he's been dealing with this for a long time. You know, like we dealt with
10 fucking years.
The overwhelming swarm.
10 years.
of
10 years.
And he's been dealing with it for a decade. And
well, that's because all of you didn't believe that we were going to be freaking do a good interview. But I'm not upset because a lot of you have apologized and said we were wrong.
Yeah, a lot of.
Too. Apologizing is big.
Yes, a lot of.
So, okay, let's go. Because that's
After the blowjob. Now we're blowing ourselves. Nah, y'all can't do that. Not on my screen.
You can objectively look and see the detractors aren't the monsters that.
They're not the monsters, really.
Well, thank you so much.
Was that a detractor of yours, Phil?
That was fair.
I was asked about it last night.
That was fair.
Oh, this is fair.
Because he said, well, some of them are.
Say in any fandom.
I agree with Phil. Oh, he's being fair.
There are people who can look at things logically, and those who take things to the next level, right? In any fandom, whether that's you're talking about Phil, Marvel, or the Dallas Mavericks, right? Like there are people who look at things logically, and then there's some people who just take it a step too far. There's going to be people in our community that do that. There's going to be people in every community.
All right,
so,
well, this is boring. It's fucking boring.
You weren't letting him slide either, and I don't think you're getting enough credit for the work that you put in for that interview. So I think our combination of you being prepared with really good questions and me just like soaking in what was happening and just, calling it as I see it,
You knew just enough. You knew just enough to where you can say like, well, that's not right. And I knew way too much.
There you go. I knew way too much. No, you didn't know. Craig, you didn't know. You were told things that were supposed to be considered.
Don't you know Keemstar? But weren't you just told things about Keemstar? Don't you know what they said today? Even though you were just told about things they said today, this guy is an animal.
Circumstantial evidence, and you were supposed to formulate an opinion. You didn't know anything. All you knew was what people had said about me.
Same
Now,
thing with you and
evidence,
Keen.
just what they said about me and all their circumstantial
And
bullshit.
he never
You didn't know
understood it.
anything.
Phil,
That's the problem.
This
You
is
went-
what you accepted an email of them saying that they just trash talked you. The hypocrisy.
in to this interview, I know everything. So now
Yes,
we're
Triton.
going to ask,
Yeah,
and
he
hopefully
is.
we get the confession. Instead of, I'm going in, here's what I heard from this side, I actually did research on this side, and now we're going to meet in the middle, and we're going to have the interview.
Are we doing the boogie middle? Are we boogieing down the middle?
We doing the Mark Shuffle.
The Mark Shuffle boogieing on down the middle?
Where you don't move from that middle at all. You just go in a circle.
It was 1,000,000%. I listened only to the detractor side. And then asked
You already said it was 99%. Now it's 1,000,000%.
He literally asked you for some sort of what do you want me to know about you, and you gave him a video. You could have given him anything. You could have given him your best playthroughs, your funniest moments. You could have given him that KO gaming video. You could have given him anything. You gave him one video that you did not make yourself.
me about one documentary, that was it. That's completely different, right? Completely different.
To me, it seemed like Craig had the substance and Adam had the style of the interview, and that's just, you know what I mean. And not that you
Skip
don't have
forward,
the
Phil.
substance
It's
either,
boring.
But
Skip
that's
forward.
The way it
Craig,
came
you
off
have no
to me.
style.
Or that you don't have any style.
Continue.
Oh, dude, I don't want to hear their banter and them being
He
friends.
said he likes this show and it's good.
And I, this is boring.
I know, yeah, this is boring.
Did yesterday. Absolutely. The Pounder says, does it cost $5K a month for each?
So here we go. This stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
Does not. No,
It's like, that's a lesson.
Simple no.
Simple no. It costs time after the initial investment of getting your webcam.
All right.
What did Phil? What did they say about? Oh man, this bastard was spending $5,000. What did they say? They went into their mics and stuff like that. Phil, where's all the jocularity that you was talking?
Oh, dude. This isn't proving his point, so it's time to skip ahead.
Next.
Dark side fail. Yeah, did you go on a 5-hour bike ride? That's insane. Lord.
I listened to it on a bike ride. Good stuff.
Still got more to listen to.
Listen to on a bike. Okay.
Y'all, do you remember when he said every single one was a negative detractor? And the dude just went, I listened to it on a bike ride. Good stuff.
Gift subs just make you a sub for the month. You can re-up after your month is over, but it just gives you the things that the subs get, like the emotes and that type of thing.
And the trash bag next to your name.
And the trash bag next to your name.
So, I'm toxic on my own streams. I ban anyone who brings evidence that contradicts his narrative. He lied about literally everything yesterday. There you go. Look at all that. Look at all that corroborating evidence of that statement. But they're gonna keep reading it, right?
Phil, you literally didn't have evidence, and you said I can't show you evidence, so you just have to believe me. And now you're talking about other people not having evidence. You can't do this.
Anything that's associated with money, they're gonna read.
On his own
Yeah.
streams and ban
Anything.
anyone who brings evidence that contradicts the narrative. He lied
Phil,
about literally-
you read everything associated with money. They're showing appreciation.
He says that's a detractor thing. I'm not gonna. But thanks for the tip.
Oh yeah, we have evidence for that.
everything yesterday.
You don't have to tell me, Garen.
Sophie says, thank you so
What
much.
is this be? Phil looks like he's going through puberty backwards and sweating like nuts. I didn't sweat once. I literally didn't sweat at all. Did you ever even see me like wipe my forehead?
Oh,
Zero sweating.
literal
I was doing
Phil.
that. But he's either reading everything.
I'm not Benjamin Buttons.
Making fun of Phil. This is literally the Phil shit show. Shit on Phil the entire show.
He was going through puberty backwards.
I didn't sweat. I wasn't sweating at all. In fact, it was nice and cool yesterday. Today,
There's no way. There's no way. He's about to talk about the weather and how cool it is today. And on Sunday it's gonna be pretty humid. But the squirrels in the backyard will appreciate that. There's negative way that this is about to happen when you press play. I don't believe this. Whatever happens when you press play, it was invented as you're pressing play. You've somehow done some sort of AI generated bullshit. I don't believe anything that's gonna happen from here on out in my life.
Office, but yesterday I was sweating. I was in here for 5.5 hours, right? What are you talking about?
Almond John says, is it technically the third time Side Scroll shows callback?
Yes, it was. Okay.
But all of them.
But I think that if I was to change the intro, people would like it. But yeah, it's very similar to it, and that's mainly a mistake.
He paused. Y'all see, he skipped over almost 20 minutes straight up of them just talking.
We would want from you.
That's a good point. He's got a good point. That's true.
Where are all the trolls, Phil?
Like, we can sit here and react to the whole show, but it's way too long. I'm not going to stick around for all night, so I have to skip a lot. There's not a lot going on here.
There's not. Phil, you said it was all. Cat watched 10, 15 minutes. You've watched 10, 15 minutes, and you've had 2 things to talk about.
Breaking news.
I'm pretty sure you'll.
He would have more time if he hadn't spent that hour preamble going, here's what happened to me.
The helicopter story.
We need to look at the group chat, but I know we were talking, so let me triple check. Hold on.
Mr. Knox, how you doing? Mr. Knox says, was DSP stupid or desperate for any form of clout to be a part of the interview?
You tell me, what clout did I get out of the interview? Zero.
You
Phil,
got
it's-
250.
I was just about to say, as soon as the interview went over, your decompression stream did very well for you. Don't act like it did.
Phil, you got 100 likes and 700 people today without doing anything.
Now, admittedly, you got $4.
No, $4 in tips. That gift has not stopped.
What benefit did I get? Did I make a lot of money? No, they didn't pay me any of that money that they made. Did I get any positive press from the interview? No. Not at all, right? Nothing. Nothing at all. It was supposed to be me being a guest on their show. It wasn't supposed to be an interview to begin with. I was doing them a favor, right? A favor.
I'm doing you a favor. A favor.
Phil, you're not bigger than them. I'm sorry. Who did Holmes the favor?
Interview. Either way, this is freaking gold. Yeah, that I don't know. I think that he likes the show. He said he watches our show, and we have a lot of fun on this show. And I think he desperately wants to be relevant and desperately wants to be successful.
He was
and
ready to
just
skip.
Does not know how to do it properly.
Despite the fact that I literally said on the show, I have no aspirations to be a big YouTuber. I have no aspirations to be successful. All I wanted.
You don't want to be successful, Phil?
Phil, you were begging just for a conversation with Moist. Yeah, you could just have a conversation and laugh at me just for a couple minutes. That's fine. You just want to be on his radar. Don't act like this if this isn't the fact, Phil.
You scream every time you ratio somebody.
You were doing backflips when you hit 200K, even though you said it didn't mean anything.
Do is put out content for my audience and make a living doing it. Meaningful content
Phil is killing all
for a
of
small
us.
group is what I want. That's what I actually like more. I literally said this on the show, and he thinks the opposite.
What was
Maybe if you
meaningful
take that fucking
content?
hat off and take the cotton out of your ears, you hear what I actually said in your own interview.
In this world. And I mean, you got if you've done the amount of shit that he's done without being honest and holding yourself accountable, he's never going to be able to shed that stigma that he has.
How was I never honest or held myself accountable? Did you not see me react to my own Down the Rabbit Hole, react to the John Rambo and Howard video from last year, and literally fess up to so many mistakes that I have made?
But you
right?
also
Like,
put up that shield.
You're talking about. Here's what he's talking about: WWE champion. Like literally, that's what he's talking about. That's it. It's like they
Not
took
the black
one issue
girl
out of
thing.
the entire
No.
history of everything. They took one fucking thing, right?
It's
They took
always the
one joke from
detractors'
Screen
fault.
Last Summer.
Not the doxing.
A joke that's completely out of context to my normal content. I don't usually joke like that. It was a joke that was misinterpreted by a lot of negative people being negatively saying it was a racist joke. Wasn't intended that way. It's still a dark joke. It's definitely still too dark. It's not in my normal style. Well, that's
Then why'd you say it?
every stream then. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody ever said it was every stream.
Like, what are you talking about? Right? What do you speak? What? None of what they're saying makes sense. It's like they weren't paying any
It
attention.
makes
It's
perfect
it's
sense.
impossible. Right now, unless he owns up to it, it'll never happen.
Own up to what? To the one thing? You're literally harping on one fucking thing.
He never
You're
said
ignoring everything
champions.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone will always hold that against him. And, you know, he just wants to, like, pretend like all of it, oh no, it's all in my past. Like, let me just start fresh. And it's never going to happen, dude. You
Right.
can't start fresh because the internet is forever. And all your shit's on the internet.
Yeah, but so because people have done things in the past that are bad. You can never forgive them and never believe that they ever got
No,
better.
but
That's what
Phil,
he said.
Phil, when that slave trade thing happened, you were like, yeah, that was last year. I'm better now. This constant improving Phil. So a year ago, when you were talking about I was better than a year ago, what were you the year before?
Dennis said it. Like, it's time to stop cultivating. It's time to stop. It's time to stop cultivating and start harvesting. You've been improving since you were 28. It's time to stop and
be the person that you are.
And be the improved person.
Wow, you're an awesome person, Adam. Like, really. Let me make sure to not look at your past.
It's always a person that he zeroes in on.
Somebody gotta be the bad guy.
And whoever is the most critical of Phil is the bad guy. Adam's already talked about his past. He talked about it yesterday. It's just like you make mistakes, things happen. And then you grow from it and you move on. Phil, you haven't grown from it. You haven't owned up to it, so you're not allowed to move on. But you just want to move on without the work. You want to go from point 1 to whoops, made mistakes, to 7, everything's forgiven and nobody's ever going to bring it up again.
Turch, you didn't miss anything other than him skipping about 20 minutes because it was boring and they weren't really talking about him, even though he said that the entire podcast was dunking on him with the tractor stuff and only 2 things in about 20 minutes was been that.
Find anything you've ever done, man. Holy shit. No one drudge up his past, right? Like, what are you talking about?
That sounds like a call out to his audience.
You're not supposed to fucking
There was
ever
no
improve
smile in that
and
laugh.
be better from your past, according to this guy. You can never, ever, like,
That's
wow.
not what
That's
he said.
not his point. You're not. You want to talk about cotton ears.
I think the closest he was going to get would have been after the show.
Yesterday.
Right.
This was the closest he ever had to finally resetting, and he chose not to confirm with you, Craig, and he chose to fucking talk shit on Keemstar after the show. And it's like, bro, what the?
Because Keemstar's a piece of shit.
Why didn't you say that to his face? You f***ing coward! Why didn't you say that to his...
We're going to do it on the show. It doesn't mean shit. Keemstar is a piece of shit. No one likes him. All right? People deal with Keemstar because they want clout or they want money. All right? That's why. I can say whatever I want about him. I talk shit. He talks shit about me too. Way more than I've ever talked shit about him. You're out of your mind.
No, after the show, Keem was so amicable. He said nothing after the show about DSP. And DSP, as soon as the mics was on, that piece
mic
of
was hot. And he just, when he had to make it all about himself.
I was supposed to kiss his butt because I was happy. I want nothing to do with the guy. I already said this multiple times. I want absolutely nothing to do with that man at all. Like I said, if he...
Why didn't, just like they should have just moved on from dunking on you, why didn't you go, I have no issues with Keemstar. He was very amicable in the thing. I still personally don't like him, and I'm personally not going to work with him, but he can live his life, whatever. I want no part of it.
Keem has done bad and talked about Phil.
Mm-hmm.
Review Tech has done bad things and talked about Phil. Why does Phil want to talk to Review Tech? And not Keem?
Because Review Tech has given him money before.
But Keem offered.
Yeah, but he would have controlled it. He would have been a part controller of it.
If I had a business arrangement with Keemstar, he would literally try to control me for the rest of my life.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Uh-huh. It's almost like he has no other talking points. He is a malfunctioning robot.
He is on one track.
He was literally like a puppeteer with strings. It's like, well, I helped fill out that one time, so now he's beholden to me for the rest of the life, right?
Can you give an example of anybody he's ever done that to?
That's the kind of guy he is. He's ultra controlling. Why do you think when he tried to control me with getting me to do this show, and I would not play by his rules, right? I would not just do exactly what he wanted, right? Drop my entire stream to answer the phone for him, and I didn't even know it was him, correct? He's so upset because he wants to be in control of everything at all times. Why in the fuck would I ever want to go be in business with someone like that? Why do they like him so much?
Have you looked in the mirror, you stupid Muppet?
Are you stupid? Have you not done any kind of research on this man on the internet that's factual? And that's the difference. They'll say, oh,
there's nothing to be said here, dude.
The stuff on the internet about Keem is the factual stuff, but the stuff on the internet about DSP is the lies and the nuggets of truth.
It can't be the same circumstantial evidence that Keem's not allowed that grace.
No, he's not allowed that nugget of truth that's blown out of proportion. He's not allowed that a person that propagates a lie that people just believe and they just spread that. No, that's the factual stuff that's researched. Hey, I researched stuff about you, Phil, and that stuff is factual. No, it's not. And I can't show you anything because of my family.
Keemstar and Phil are the same. They both get the hate. No, the things Keemstar has done are well publicly documented, and they're not circumstantial evidence. He fucking talks shit about mental illness to people like.
You have as well. You keep saying your detractors are mentally ill. You literally do that, Phil.
People like Edico, and what happened there? He's falsely accused people.
Phil, you have as well. And he's also, you brought that up and he said that he apologized for it. It was a mistake that he apologized for and he tried to make amends. Are people not allowed to make mistakes?
Internet that, and he literally factually proven he's orchestrated events, dramatic events that weren't real to get stuff, popularity for his content. It's
like what?
Factually proven.
Like what?
The stuff you're accusing me of is not factually proven. It's bullshit. Bullshit. There's a difference. Hated for bullshit, hated for facts. It's not rocket science unless you like the guy because you want to kiss his butt because you like riding on the clout that you have having him on your show. Let's be honest here.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, I know we got some more. I got more to say.
Just so you know, Flash will be.
The funny part again is that none of this was said when I was there. Do you understand? Why do you say this behind my back?
It
right?
literally
Why is
was.
this said? Where I was there. I was
Dude
fucking.
said that. Hey, none of that you said about Keem was said while he was there. Holy crap.
There. If you have things to say to me, say it to my face. Why did you wait till the next day?
You couldn't even wait for the next day, Phil.
No.
You barely waited for the next hour.
You know? It doesn't make any sense at all. None. Except we wanted to profit.
Curry won the jackpot.
On the show
Oh, congrats.
Wasn't a whole lot.
All right, nice. We'll be in a private Discord. Yeah, that viewer actually came in yesterday, last night, when I was talking about this a little bit, and
you hear that echo?
Bring them up.
I like how he can't wear headphones anymore.
Oh no, they're poisonous.
Who?
Craig is aware of, and Adam's aware of like 90% of all of this stuff.
I know way too much
nothing.
about Phil. Way too much.
This is just again. They took every super chat, read it out, and just, yes, it's all true. Yes, it's all true. Yes, it's all true. Yes, it's all true. Yes, it's all true.
You've shown that that's not what they did.
Literally.
MF Curry 04 says, "Who y'all think is dumber, Sneeko or Phil?"
Phil.
Phil's idiocy is he truly believes everything he says. It's so hard to know when people put on an act of idiocy versus they're just an idiot. Phil is legitimately just an idiot.
Professional. I'm not there. You had me on the show.
And streaming, they can't finish it. Like a show that goes like. Oh hell no.
And the award of mental leap of the year goes to Darkside Phil. Come on down, you socio-political hypocrite. The audience applauds. Thank you for the super chat, Soul. Yeah, this is crazy.
Like 6 seasons, but you have to keep watching because you want to know how it ends.
I think it's more like I think it's
Skip
more
ahead,
like
Phil. Boring.
No one's watching me because it's like Jersey Shore. You fucking moron. Good lord.
Congrats on that home ownership, dude.
Sounds smart.
But you'd probably watch Jersey Shore. It's probably your favorite show.
You know nothing about these people, Phil, and you're insulting them. This is the homegirl said that she interacted with you for seconds. She said almost nothing in the 25 minutes that you've seen. And you've called her a moron, and she likes Jersey Shore, which for Phil is an insult. That's a triggered insult of you masturbating, you watch Fairy Tale.
Get a good ROI on your house for sure. All right, let's see. I think we got a few more. I'm still. Golly,
they're never gonna end. This is their whole show. They're just reading negative super chats.
The show ended in 2.5 hours.
If there's a literal end.
That's about me.
Mr. Doctor Inspector.
Okay, one actually had nothing to do with me. I can't believe it, right?
Pay taxes.
There's been so many that hasn't had anything to do with you.
And that one technically has something to do with them.
Literally had
says,
smart
"Phil,
guys.
thank y'all so much. I wanted to thank my cat Jasper, my wife who restrained on me and also fuck the trolls."
First before we spend it.
The 1651. That's an inside joke with all. Rise F in says Adam.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Just keep going. Let me just, for the sake of it, let me fast forward a bit. Let's go like 20 minutes forward and let's see what they're talking about. Okay?
Inner peace or whatever, you know.
Right. I 100% agree. 100% agree.
Me too. Yeah, I hope so.
Here we go.
Darkseid Flow
This
says,
is 20 minutes later. It continues, right?
40
minutes later. This is the whole show.
No,
You said it was you skipped because it's boring and not talking about you.
I can't believe this. And by saying that, I absolutely believe this.
The whole show is just about me.
Everyone wants to know, what are the chances you'll appear on That Being Said or other Distractor streams? I've told, I've been in talks with That Being Said. I'll definitely appear on their show, 100%. 100%. I just gotta lock down a time. Coming up, I'm going to be on Tuesday Night Main Event on Tuesday coming up as well. So that's
Great
really
show.
Cool.
Great show.
Talking to Jeremy about that.
Don't know what that is. Anyway.
Start fresh if you don't hold your, it's impossible to start fresh if you don't hold yourself accountable in any way. Congrats for the great work, guys.
Oh, here we go, and then just skips it and says nothing.
What is the purpose of this?
There's no purpose.
He's waiting for that one like 15-minute part where they went ham on him, so he can go, see, this is what I mean. The whole show's been this.
Further, here we go.
Agile.
Jade, have a good night.
I think that's why he's still sitting at, you know, like World 1-1. So.
Well, and he has such a high view of himself. You know, I said it to him, illusion of grandeur, man. Like, you really think that you're this freaking king on this pedestal that everyone needs to worship you.
What the fuck are you talking about? I'm a king on a pedestal that needs to be worshipped. We explained what the King of Hate moniker meant.
Phil,
right?
you literally just said, I did this as a favor to them. You talked about how much money they got because of him. The fact that Keem
Your
was
notoriety.
Notoriety. Keem was on the stream because of him. Phil, you just talked about this.
We actually went through it on the show. That has nothing to do with anything like that whatsoever, right?
That's not
I
what
said
it
I'm
is.
a small-time guy. I'm a flawed. You know, everything I said on the show was to explain
Phil,
that I've absolutely...
You've also said, yeah, I'm a small-time guy, but you also said I'm the most prolific video maker on YouTube. You can't say both.
no big thoughts or aspirations about myself or my content. But you see, it's a giant king and everyone should kiss his butt. Yes, you're right. That's why I take it every opportunity to always be on top of everything, right? I totally don't. Wow. Yeah. If you want to talk about people who unprepared, this guy knows absolutely nothing about me whatsoever. Zero.
You just made an assumption that they watch Jersey Shore because you don't like them now because they were the meanie poo-poo pants.
Zero besides the hate that's come in. That's what he hears. He knows nothing about me or my content whatsoever.
You had it really well for a long time because there was no competition. You got into
This is
YouTube early,
correct.
man. Like, good shit. But you didn't continue to evolve with the
This is
internet.
all correct.
You stayed stagnant, like thinking that you were worth people's attention.
Correct. I've talked about all this publicly in the Down the Rabbit Hole and other places. 100% correct. I've admitted to this.
And you weren't.
Correct.
You have to adjust and cater to your audience, and he didn't.
Correct.
His audience slowly grew in the wrong direction by people making fun of him. And instead of owning it and using it, like Keem talked about, that's what he does. He's like, I got the most detractors, and I use them. They're my fans. They make me more money because of the hate. And
But he makes shit content that's harmful to others. That's how he got over. He doesn't make gameplay videos.
Here we
now.
go with that
He doesn't
wrestling
interact
lingo.
with his audience in a nice, positive way.
Pause.
He's a jerk. He hurts people to make.
I will never get over him talking about how much he respected Keem to his face. And now this is what he's given. This is two-faced bullshit.
You
from
want to
the
talk about the
realest
true
motherf- on the internet.
You want to talk about true.
Money. Everything he does is deriding others, making fun of others, bringing others down, and then making money off of it. He's like, he has a giant chessboard of what he considers the world of lolcows, right? Or anyone who's having a problem, and he moves the pieces around the chessboard, and he watches money fly off the chessboard into his pockets. That's how he made his money. How are you okay with that?
Bitter.
How are you okay with making your money off of sexualizing women?
Let's play. Who did I hurt, right? With this stuff, nothing. This guy's constantly hurting people.
No, out
You
on his
hurt
own
Keem.
audience when they didn't support him anymore, and it was just like he just got worse and worse and worse. It's just like, bro, it's so obvious, like, but he can't see it.
What are you talking? What?
What
Dude,
can
this
I
guy is
see?
a fucking ghost. He did nothing. He literally didn't do any research at all. But what are you talking about? I outright admitted it. We've already talked about it on streams in React events. You fucking tremendous black hole of emptiness.
You want to
Dude.
say idiot.
It's
He wanted to
documented
say
in my
idiot.
fucking...
He just said all this stuff that he agrees with, but then the moment he doesn't agree with something, He's a black hole. Oh, I wish he was black. That would have been so good.
Talked about it. Why is no one countering? No, actually, fair enough, he did say this because no one did the research. No one here did the research. It was just, we only listened to what the detractors said. And according to the detractors, he never grew, he never admitted nothing.
You said you didn't, Phil. Phil, last year you made a slave joke for a little black girl.
Let's not forget the, oh my God, there's a black woman. Runs up, steals a purse.
Help, he's black.
You listen to the detractors. What a bunch of fucking idiots.
You got a point. I think what Keith
Wow.
was right too. It's one of the things.
That's why Adam was so done by the end of it.
Yeah, no, he was visibly melting.
Yes and no, because yeah, he's absolutely right. When I made mistakes and things went wrong, I was always like a pig-headed idiot, and I wouldn't admit that I did anything wrong. That was old Phil. Today, with you guys call me out on stuff, and all the time, so you're right. Let's change it. You know what I'm saying? Like Travis, I think out of all these people, is the voice of reason a lot of the time. Craig is just kind of the host, but he's kind of like the figurehead. But when you listen to all them talk,
There's no way we're
Travis
doing all
actually
this tonight.
takes, in my opinion.
Yeah,
What do we want to do here?
We're going until the wheels fall off.
It's just ridiculous.
I want to get to the big rant.
I'll say this. I've been doing this longer than Phil, and
That's
there's
true.
a certain time.
By the way, guys, there's a lot of tips and things coming in. I'm absolutely going to shout them out before the end of the stream, which is probably about half an hour. So we're not watching this whole show. This is 2.5 hours.